Adelaide Footy League Sip and Save. Welcome to the Adelaide Footy League Sip and Save Division 1 Match of the Round. Today we are broadcasting from University Oval as Adelaide University take on Tea Tree Gully. We thank our broadcast sponsors, Dartfish, Australia's most used coaching tool, Filming Footy, live stream and match day filming specialists, Sports Interactive, creating better players, one coach at a time. Catch.com.au. Screamin' good deals. Interchanger. Run your interchange like the pros. Adelaide Star Bus. Here for all your sports transportational needs. And Archie's Footwear. Please welcome your commentary team, Sean Jacko Jackson, Boundary Rider Lambo, and your intrepid host, Fabulous Phil Herden. Gentlemen.
Well, good day, footy fans. Welcome to one of the most historical sporting grounds in all of South Australia, University Oval. Today, a battle between two clubs with over 250 years of football history between them. But all focus will be on a critical battle today. University are just on the edge of being safe from relegation. Tea Tree Gully are just on the edge of being in the 5, and it is a logjam in the bottom half of the ladder. My name's Phil Hurd, and thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. I say us because I'm joined by a man who's won 4 premierships, coached the state team 5 times, and has been a great part of our commentary team with Filming Footy, Sean Jacko Jackson. Welcome, Jacko.
Oh, thank you, Fabulous. Great to be here. That introduction that gets longer and longer each week reminds me of an introduction I witnessed one night when Wayne Bennett, the fantastic rugby coach, was presenting to a coach's format, and the MC for the night just went, in the introduction, went on and on and on. And Wayne Bennett, being what I thought was a humorless man, a teetotaler, an ex-policeman, got up, and the first words that came out of his mouth were, well, after that introduction, I'm even looking forward to listen to me talk.
I always look forward to listening to you talk, Jacko. Also, I enjoy listening to our intrepid Boundary Rider who's been out and about already today. We'll be dealing with some interesting weather conditions. Craig Lambert. Welcome, Lambo.
Phil, great to see you, mate. Great to see Jack too. Great to be back on board. I heard it wasn't the same last week, but it's good to have the A team back. And one thing about coming to Adelaide Uni, the Oval, it's just a great atmosphere, like you said, Phil, and you just love it. It's just Adelaide at its best, isn't it?
It is indeed. History that goes back to the 1880s, and of course the sole original club left over from the start of the South Australian Amateur League, and of course, well, Tea Tree Gully, 1862, can you believe it? South Australia as a colony was only 25 years old when Tea Tree Gully had a football team. But as I said, that's history.
You've done the research
today,
this week, mate.
Oh, has it?
Today, it's all about, well, getting out of danger zones. Tea Tree Gully trying to stay on the 5, Adelaide Uni trying to stay out of relegation. We look at the Sip and Save Division 1, and it is a huge round. In fact, Jacko, it is so big, we've had to split it over 2 weeks. Every game is a really fascinating contest. Ross Trevor, the upset over Goodwood last week, Paynham flying in second. Only Mercedes in Port District, last chance.
Could go anywhere. Could go anywhere, yep.
And then there's our game, which are 8th versus 5th.
Yeah,
I think more even. I mean, it's only one win apiece. So they're great games, and then a couple to back up next week.
Let's not forget, Tea Tree Gully had an opportunity last week against St Peter's to probably nail 5th spot, put a 2-game gap on St Peter's. They lost only a small margin. St Peter's with Jock McClay back into the team took care of them by 10 points. So that battle for 5th spot between St Peter's and Tea Tree Gully Well, we might get some indication today as to who's going to take that spot.
Well, Adelaide Uni won the C's earlier today. Teacher Gully have won the B's 7-7-49. Adelaide Uni inaccurate. They'll rue that 5-10-40. In terms of the A grade, you can see that Adelaide Uni 5-8. Not the greatest start for the Blacks. They were 1-6, then won 3 in a row, and then it's been sort of win-loss, win-loss. They keep running into Prince Alfred and keep getting thumped. And that means that Adelaide Uni have the lowest percentage in the division. Should they tie with another club, that could be a deciding factor. And they've only got one of the last 4 games at home. They're at Payneham, Norwood Union, Port District and Goody Saints. They'll get the Bombers in a 3 weeks' time. So that's Adelaide Uni 5-8, how they line up today. Thanks to Interchanger, here's the squads with Jacko.
Yeah, so Interchanger, thank you for bringing us this. One of the noticeable absentees from the Adelaide University side today is Mitch Marini, who's playing with the Crows. I think he kicked the goal of the round 2 weeks ago, and it was absolute beauty, and he'll be sorely missed. But his brother playing, Ryan, Damien Cunningham, must make mention of him, played his 100th game, I think, last week or the week before. Been a fantastic servant and as good a player as has been in the Adelaide Footy League across the last 5 years. Charlie Parsons is in, both Langridge boys. Look, I don't think there's any excuses from an Adelaide Uni perspective for personnel today. They're pretty close to their full side, so they will be giving themselves a really good chance to win today.
5 changes from the side that did get beat last week badly by Prince Alfred just down the road at Park 9, but then there's been quite a few teams that have incurred the wrath of Prince Alfred this year. Ola Khan's is out, Penniman's out, Willis, Moore and George coming in, Daniel Cunningham, Edward Sins, William Ballard, Ben Adams and Craig Evans.
Yeah, some big ins there, Phil.
Yes, there's some big ins. So a couple of key players for Uni to keep an eye on today, Jacko?
I think the 2 guys we're tracking today are Daniel Cunningham, number 1, and Nick Langridge, who always gets leather poisoning when we see him play, and he will be wearing number 29.
And I reckon Langridge won the Most Valuable Player Award last time we were here, which was against the Unley Jets. So let's flip to the visitors. Tea Tree Gully, back in Div 1. That's their side. Might just see if we have their season so far. We've seen a fair bit of them in recent days. Again, a bit of a slow start. They did win the round 6 clash against Uni by 28 points. Fair to say, the last time they were in Div 1, they won 5 games. They've already won 6. And they do have, it's a mixed thing, Jacko. They have 3 of their last 4 at home, but look at who they got. Prince Alfred. They travel to Goodwood. They get only Mercedes and Ross Trevor. So that's 3 of the top 4 as you're battling for a final spot. Makes today a must-win.
Yeah, pretty much think they need to win today to play finals, Phil. In saying that, I haven't looked at St Peter's draw over the last 4 games in comparison, because that's probably their red-hot competitor for that spot, isn't it?
Yeah, Saints have already had, I think, Goody Saints twice and Princes twice.
Right.
So there should be a couple of easier games. In terms of how the Gullies line up today, well, they have 3 changes. William Cansdell is out, Brock Castry is out, and that's their lineup for this afternoon.
Yeah, so Brock Castry came back the week called 2 weeks ago. That was his first game, been in for 2 and now out. Probably looked a little bit underdone for mine. I thought it was a big decision to rush him straight back into the A grade. Maybe one they rude, might just need to get him through a couple of games in the Bs, hadn't played for a while. In saying that, the rest of the side looks pretty solid. We've been really impressed by their small forwards. I talk of Tyson Breeden, Jordan Persinos, Peter Persinos, Isaac Hewson. So their little blokes on the ground, on the front half, have been terrific. And looking at the conditions, as we do from the glass up here, the oval does look pretty sloppy. I don't think it's going to be a marking day. It's going to be ball on the ground, and the side that can capitalise best on that will go a long way towards winning this game.
Yeah, as expected, cricket pitch, plenty of mud around the sideline on this side, it does slope a little bit downhill towards the club rooms.
Yep.
There's a fair bit of water, so I expect the team with the ball might just keep it on the outer side, which we'll love, no doubt about that. And as you can see on the screen, the Gullies today, because they both have a jersey that's with a black base, are wearing the alternate strip, won't be a trouble with the clash colours today. The 2 ins are Ty Jaffa and Jaden Martin for the Gullies this afternoon. Just having a look whilst we wait for the teams and the coin toss. The umpires today, Always good to mention them at the start, maybe not for the rest of the game. Field umpire Matt Harris and Dennis Chester. Archer Childs and Peter McMullen are on the boundary. Michael Reid and Stephen Martin will be running the goals today. As mentioned, one of 3 games in Division 1. It's the split round, so we can end up having the grand final a week later. Only Mercedes hosting Port Districts will be massive, as will Ross Trevor hosting Payneham Norwood Union. St Peter's, Brighton, Princes and Goody Saints have the week off. With the finals only a month away, Jacko.
Yeah, it's creeping up on us quite quickly, isn't it? And I hope that signals the start of some warmer weather, because I don't know about you, Phil, but I've had a gutsful of this cold. The rain over the last week has been quite consistent as well, but it's just the cold. You know, I'd like to come out and... in saying that, it looks like Justin Machota out there with a pair of shorts on, so I don't know what that's about.
So we've had the captains with the coin toss, Cunningham for Adelaide University and Chad Schoenmakers for Teacher Gully. Let's go to Jack Lambo. Okay.
We're not hearing.
We might need to get Lambo a bit closer, probably because the Wi-Fi router might be. Okay. All right, we will fix that. And get Lambo maybe to do some boundary riding.
I think we've got him. I think we've got him now, Phil.
One toss kicking to the left of your screen. I reckon it's worth about 2 to 3 goals. 14-3 today. Good nick. Only around in the centre. It's a bit muddy, and also in front of the coaches' areas of both boxes. I'm going for Tea Tree Gully by 48 points today. I've just seen them. I know they've got a few out, but I reckon they're going to win by 48 points. And all the best with your calling today, and I'll speak to you soon, boys.
Thank you very much, Lambo. Of course, brought to us by Villies. Taste the difference. And great to have Lambo back after the week away last week. Jacko, your tip and a margin and a reason.
Well, let's be honest, Lambo must have got concussed while he was away last week. Tea Tree Gully by 48 points. What's he thinking? For me, it's an Adelaide Uni win. And it's Adelaide Uni by 9 points.
Right. Well, that means I've got the deciding casting vote, as
Correct.
much as I'm coming third in the tipping now and you're coming second. Not sure if we're going to catch Vince by the time we're done.
No.
He's got a good 10-point lead with about 5 rounds to go. I'm going to go with Tea Tree Gully. Then again, I've seen more of them than I have Adelaide Uni. Adelaide Uni have brought in some players. Usually I like a team with less changes than more changes. Tea Tree Gully will both last start losers, but I think Tea Tree Gully have more chances of playing finals than Adelaide Uni do.
Oh, yep, I agree there's more prospect of finals, but Uni's still in the battle for relegation, and on the back of what their draw coming home looks like, this for both sides, this is a really important game for slightly different reasons, but no less incentive for either club, I wouldn't have thought, and so this promises to be an absolute beauty. And I'm the only one who's tipped Adelaide Uni.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Tea Tree Gully maybe by 3 goals. We'll give Jacko the outlying margin today. Of course, at the game's end, thanks to our sponsors, the Simon Black Academy, we will be giving the play of the day. Dartfish beanie, the Powerade drinks, the Archie's sandals, and as well the Mosley Bar and Kitchen involved as we work out our most valuable player. So some awards to keep track of during the course of the afternoon. We will do our best to give you some score updates from around Division 1 and the other divisions at Division 2. So didn't get much from Lambo on the ground conditions. Lambo's actually got something for us now if he wants. Let's go live to Lambo.
Martin, number 7, I think.
Boys, just a change in the Guernsey numbers. Yep. Okay, number 17, Jaden Martin for Tea Tree Gully is now number 7. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for that, Lambo. Much appreciated. Not too far away from the start of this one. Didn't get much of the ground conditions from Lambo. They were breeze blowing, I think, from left to right, favouring a couple of goals. And how do you think the conditions will play out today, Jacko?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, there's going to be a lot of ground ball, and I think that's where Tea Tree Gully do have perhaps an advantage. But I'll stick with my original tip as we go ready to go to battle. Umpire throws the ball aloft. Big penny over the top. It is Adelaide Uni, though, and the ball pushes towards the Uni half-back line. Nick Langridge, the player we're tracking, and Marini both having a hand in that first to play. Tea Gully, though, courtesy of Dylan Shoemakers, have it. He gets his ball smothered by Ben Adams, and as a consequence, Adelaide Uni come out of the middle, charging hard into the forward line, looking for Russell Jensen. He's there. He picks the ball up now. He's tackled. It is slippery, Phil. There's no question. It's like a cake of soap early in the game, and it'll be interesting to see how long players take to adjust to the slippery ball.
Let's hope they all had a good walk around at three-quarter time in the Rezzies and put in the long stops this afternoon. So we are on the outer side near the Fred Bullock Oval. It's actually getting a Saturday off by the looks today. Will be Gullies with the clearance, work through Matt Stent. Now they'll kick it courtesy of Tyson Breeden into their forward 50 towards their forward 50 for the first time. Defender there's going to be ridden into the ground, and umpire says my ball. So no score. Just over a minute into the action. The ruckman, Matthew Nielsen, we were wondering who was going to do the ruck work for Adelaide Uni today. The Gullies will get another clearance inside 50. Personos was there if it bounced on. It bounced backwards. And already some tough tackling from the Blacks on the Gullies forward. And another stoppage 20 metres out from goal.
Yeah, normally set up pretty well behind the ball, Adelaide Uni. Not as defensive as the game we called last week, which was Glenunga
be hard not to
and Henley. But they certainly do structure up well. Bit of a wedge shape behind the ball. And if you look behind the ball now, you can see one of the only players in the square is a Uni player. But Tea Tree Gully have first crack at it. They have a shot that trickles out of bounds. And once again, we can see the defensive press from Adelaide Uni. All players now up around the ball. No one forward of the centre line and no one on this side of the ground, which is going to make it a nightmare for us callers.
Yeah, it might be a day for the binoculars, I reckon, today, Jacko.
Wish I had
see
some.
if I could. When's your birthday, Jacko? I'll buy you a pair.
Oh, beauty.
Something from the $2 special from the Reject Shop for you. Well, it's the tertiary stoppers. This is Stent does his own work. Bouncing ball towards the top of the goal square. Somehow found space and then flicks out to Personos. He couldn't pick it up first time. Fumbling, bumbling by the boundary line where it's seen over. They'll reset for another stoppage.
Yeah, Tyler West doing the ruck work for Tea Tree Gully in the front after
Gully's
the ground.
Free.
Yeah.
Personos, I would say.
I'm going with Brodie Latham. I always got them confused last time we called him.
I'll confirm in a sec.
Both similar builds, although
it'll come down to the hairstyle. The hairstyle is more a Personos hairstyle for mine.
Yeah, it looks a bit heavier in the top half. Personos, I think you might be right, Phil.
It is Personos.
Gee whiz, I've got the first one wrong.
Personos with the top heavy hair and the yellow boots.
Yes, indeed. So, first score on the board to Tea Tree Gully. They're away as the sun breaks its way out of the clouds here at Uni. No sign of rain in our immediate area, but that's not to say it won't be here. As we have a kick out, plays onto himself, a full-back, kicks long down the wing. Plenty of numbers around this contest. Tea Tree Gully get first hands on it. They hack it forward. Tyler West it is now. Lays it off to Isaac Hewson with a new hairdo. I want to tell you what, the new hairdo hasn't hurt him because he's put the first goal on the board for Tea Tree Gully. They go to 1-1. Adelaide Uni yet to score. Beautifully set up.
That was some good team execution there, getting the tough ball initially. Where's the runner? And Hewson was right there as we have a look at the Simon Black Academy replay. Big pack of players. Kick out of nothing. First to it. Where's the runner? And Houston did very well because he had very little time to set for that goal.
Yeah, good quick kick under pressure. It was really good the last time we saw him play, wasn't he? A couple of weeks ago, he stats
Houston,
in the first half. And then
he looked good on the screen because missed that one, unfortunately.
And then we...
I actually got heckled by a couple of Gullies people saying, where were you a couple of weeks ago?
Is that right?
Thought I was too scared to make the long trip.
Well, that's fair call too. Anyway, the umpire throws it up. The big fella from Tea Tree Gully gets first, hands on it, Blake Penny. It's out the back now, Uni, through courtesy of Marini. Push it into their forward line, but it's rebounded very quickly by Joshua Spencer. We were impressed by him a couple of weeks ago. Now Uni with some nice play out the back, quickly onto the boot. Nick Langridge is there, as is William McCowan, but it's Matty Stent who played Dartfish man of the match last time we saw him play with a beautiful kick out to space, but unfortunately Daniel Cunningham it is, Played his 100th game a couple of weeks ago. Now it's Marini. Plenty of time. Oh, just had to put the ball out in front. Last time we saw him play, he butchered the ball a bit. And that was no exception. It allows Gully to go into the forward line towards Brodie Latham.
Has possibly expected turnover count high, but a couple of kicks that really weren't under a great deal of pressure.
Yeah, had to do better than that, Ryan Marini.
So it's going to be a throw-in the zoo pocket. Tap out the back by West, and
good
Daniel
umpiring.
Cunningham.
Wasn't that was terrific umpiring. He could easily have given it too high, but he ducked it and he didn't pay it, so that was good to see.
Okay.
2 years ago, that was free kick in the Adelaide Footy League.
Yeah.
Any tackle around the neck.
I thought that actually was a bit high, but so be it.
Okay.
Maybe that's why I'm up here and not out there umpiring this week. Langridge, he's working down back. It'll be a stop and prop as Matthew Langridge under a bit of pressure. Again, a kick to contested. Most of the contested possession so far has been won by Gully. Then they cough it up. This is Marini. He was thrown around 360. Umpire gave him a bit of latitude. Houston, hand pass out to the runner. Chance for Gullies to work the fat side, which they've done. And Vanjie, they've done pretty well going forward, finding a target.
They have, yes. Tyler West has been very effective with his hits over the back in the forward line, so they're going to have to be on that Adelaide University. But this is Matthew Stent, probably about 40 metres out. He is a good long kick of the ball, not always the most accurate kick, Matty Stent, so I'm not going to back him. And that's a good call.
And the little cloud, what have we got? The audience we have around here saying good call. Stent, 6 goals from 13 games, stays on 6 for the moment. But I don't think Adelaide Uni have had a forward 50 as yet. If it is, it was a very quick one.
Yeah.
They are going to the outer side on all occasions, and the Gullies are there waiting. On this occasion, it's Jake Robinson who got the clearance, the hand pass out, looking for Chad Schoenmakers. It's by the boundary. Houston's lurking. Had it, lost it, socketed it, got it back.
Did it well.
He did actually a great recovery now on the Zach McKay, who's found space that really, how he managed that, I got no idea. Personos had it, lost it. He's wrapped up, drops the ball. Umpire says, I got to call it one day. That is holding the ball, will be Uni's free kick.
Yes, it is, and I think it's Matt Langridge with the ball. The long sleeves.
Yeah, I think he's the only one.
Goes
2 in the long sleeves
down
today.
The line. Oh, that's a fantastic mark. That's a contender, Benny Adams, for mark of the day without any question. Mark of the round. That was an absolute beauty. Connor Noonan, I beg your pardon. He handballs the ball forward now.
We've got ourselves a spot for the day. This is good.
Got a couple of uni players, uni supporters here who will be able to fill me in every time I make a blue, so they'll be busy. Matty Stent for Gully has it in the middle of the ground, plays on quickly. Look at that long kick. That's gone 50 metres, if you don't mind, with a wet, heavy ball. Good start by Matthew Stent. Plenty of numbers there for both sides. Gully been good about pushing the ball out into space, and that one is ended up with Brodie Latham, the Personos lookalike. He gets on with it really quickly, but all the numbers are there with Adelaide Uni, and William Ballard hits the ball through the points, and they'll be a little bit concerned. They can't seem to broach through the middle of the ground at the moment, Adelaide Uni. They get up there and they keep turning the ball over.
This is a wall that's been set for about the last 6 minutes. So let's see. Let's go straight down the middle pretty much. A little bit still to that outer side. Maybe that's the
Good
breeze.
mark.
And they've got a mark. On this occasion, it's to Jack Keynes on debut. He hand passes over. They'll kick it down the outer wing. As I think you can see that's the breeze. And reading it better was Josh Spence, getting behind the pack and marking it. They'll look to switch sides here. Going to Asprey. He's on defence. They might get an inside 50 here, Uni, courtesy of the Gullies. Not quite. Back to Spence, defensive edge centre square. He looks at his options, decides to go towards the cricket pitch. Langridge intercepts. Waste no time. Here's your inside 50 for Uni. It's a high kick. No rain in the vicinity. Thumb from behind through Ty Jaffa, who goes and recovers. Stent has a runner who dropped the ball, recovers. This is Cameron Sandikok, who's managed to get it, and the Gullies, Jacko, are away.
They are indeed. Personos has it. Here's a left footer. He goes on to that favoured left foot, and I'll tell you what, that is a very, very good kick for goal. That is outside 50, if you don't mind. Suited his left foot. But I'll have to get Craig Lambert to tell us there's any wind out there, Lambo, because that was an absolute beauty.
great start by Tea Tree Gully. I reckon that wins, Jacko, like I tried to say before, has picked up 3 to 4 goals, mate.
Yes, well, it must
3
have
to 4 goals to the left of screen. Okay.
That was an absolute beautiful kick. So that puts Tea Tree Gully out to 2 goals. 1, is it, Phil?
2 goals, 3-15, and all donuts so far as we have some Dartfish stats.
Yeah, Matty Stant, 7 disposals. Isaac Hewson, 5. So a good start. And inside 50s, Tea Tree Gully, 8-2 for Uni at this stage. So all stats in the favour of Tea Tree Gully at this early stage, Phil.
So we go back. They did use there's 2 centre circles, or T-sources as I like to call them. They use the one on the edge for the Bs, but for the As they go right into the middle, right into the cricket pitch where the ball sits waiting for someone to soccer it. We're going to see a bit of that today, you reckon? Some quick hands from Uni. They'll get the clearance. Bouncing ball inside 50. Actually, good mark taken there by Eddie Sims. He lines up our target. Good, clean, direct footy from the Blacks. They'll get their first shot on goal courtesy of Ryan Marini.
Yep, we'll need him to be a bit better. Remember, we called the game and he missed a goal down the other end, which was a simple goal.
Eminently gettable.
Yeah, this is an important shot for Uni. Phil, get him back into the game with nice passage of play out of the centre square as Stent and Breeden make their way to the bench and Houston back on. We're with you, Phil.
Alrighty, Marini straight in front for Uni's first score. And it's a behind.
Yep, could have called that one just like I called the Stent one, to be honest.
I was about to say, you're going to back yourself every kick, so you're 2 for 2, you reckon? Tea
Tree Gully's Joshua Spence. Been impressed with this kid. He has Shoemakers to the left of him. He decides to go long, and wow, hasn't he got some purchase on that kick?
Why in the thump?
Intelligently knocked on by Blake Penny, and all of a sudden we are in Tea Tree Gully's forward 50, but Uni got the numbers there. Under a bit of pressure now. Can they get it through? Nice play out the back, and again another good handball. And now they're out on the wing.
Perfect example of how to use the breeze to go
good chase by Tea Tree Gully.
And they'll get a chance to use it here. I think that's West who's got himself the football when they decide to give it to him.
Yeah, good example of what a big bloke can do when he stays in the game. So Tyler West, not the quickest player, but fantastic pressure then.
Tries the no-look handball straight at the umpire, shocked everybody. Gully's good enough to pick it up. This is Spence, who's somehow gone forward. 45 straight in front, and he has missed to the right-hand side. He's covering himself a fair bit of territory, young Spence.
So you can see already early in the game, because of the heavy deck, the ball's actually sitting nice and it's easier to pick up off the ground because it's sitting, it's not actually moving. Yep. So that was a beautiful pickup, having said that, by Joshua Spence, and really deserved the goal, didn't it?
He did. So they've just had to go and chase the footy out of the cricket nets. Won't be too long before the Blacks cricket team will be out there preparing for a summer season. Ashes this year. Can't wait. Just behind us here at the Adelaide Oval.
Correct.
Day-night test, fantastic.
So every kick out, they've come to the same spot, which
they have,
would suggest to me that the ball or the wind is pushing across the ground. They now have it courtesy of Lewis Parker.
I mean, they are getting good distance with those kicks.
Yep.
And it's definitely generally into a breeze. So
the problem is this kick for them, and that's no exception, because that's straight to Tea Tree Gully. Nice handball in the middle to that player. He's had a lot of it, Joshua Spence. He's got a beautiful long kick, and he uses it effectively that time. But looks like maybe Shoemakers has got this, gets it on quickly. But in the way, Nick Langridge, the veteran, he now plays on. Switch the play this side. This is what you'd like to see occasionally. Adelaide Uni take the ball cleanly here. Now they need a lead-up target. Marini's led off leg, which makes it very difficult for the bloke kicking the footy. That's footy 101. He's battled back exceptionally well, though. There's plenty of pressure there, but plenty of numbers for Tea Tree Gully equally. And they now come via Tiggerman out the far side. One-handed take was pretty special by Zach McKay. He goes inboard. The kick wasn't as good as the mark, unfortunately. And Adelaide Uni end up back with the ball.
The inboard kick is one you always have to nail, as is the one inside 50. Marini had to spoil from behind, play defender for a moment. It's 4-on-2. Tea Tree Gully certainly had the numbers at that contest. Not sure if they're playing one loose behind the ball. Spence will clear it out of defensive 50. Now it's 2-on-1 Uni, and that's the third intercept mark to Langridge in the 1 quarter. Quick hand pass on to Matty Langridge.
Good kick.
I wonder if they're related. On to William Warwick. He's in front of the interchange gates. Now to 2 Langridges. He chooses Matthew. Matthew with the high kick. He can see the breeze. Hold up. Marini!
Good mark.
Makes the grab, and he'll get his second shot on goal. Bit closer with a bit more of an angle to deal with.
Yeah, Justin Machado would have been looking from a better effort from Jack Asprey, a one-on-one. But having said that, what Ryan Marini did exceptionally well, sorry, it wasn't Jack Asprey, it was Jordan Persnos. What he did exceptionally well was he protected the drop zone and then just went out at the last minute, which really took the defender out of the way. So really intelligent play. What he needs to do now, obviously, without being captain obvious, is to finish off his work like he didn't do last time.
Coach obvious?
Yes. Very important kick for Uni.
Marini, 45
Doesn't
out,
look good off the boot either.
that's 2 to the right.
Yep.
Now, look, I can almost, if you miss to the right and you overcompensate to the left, I can forgive that, because at least you're making some amendments. But he's just done the same kick twice.
Chad Shoemakers comes down the line. Langridge in best position. Got a good spoil by Charlie Parsons. Sees the ball go out of bounds and we'll have a boundary thrown right in front of Craig Lambert, who has an opportunity there to get a touch.
I bet he might get a bit wet.
The water there
might get a bit
was far too far. He didn't have the long boots on today.
The Wellington.
Yes, the wellies.
Actually, could be a day for Wellingtons in certain grounds around the Adelaide Footy League today. Oh, beautiful two-handed tap from behind. You were saying, was that planned from Penny? Well, it went straight to West. You got, to Jake Robinson, who got manhandled. He's got the free kick.
The ball, Jake Robinson. Have a look
So
at him.
we've got Robinson and West. There's a couple of hard-nosed midfielders for you. Through the hands of Langridge. That's a rare mistake. He's good enough to mop up, get across to Adams. Uni will bring it down the grandstand wing, but intercepted by the Gullies. This is Brody Latham playing up a little bit. He gets it across to Chad Shoemakers, and they'll load up again.
Yeah, he goes out the far side. Good kick. Jaden Blank, I think, has got it there, and he kicks it quickly. Good contest there. The umpire's gone, though. That one's over the shoulder. So, I thought it was number 7, or I don't have a number 7 on our sheet.
Oh, no, he's Jaden Martin is from 17 to 7.
Yes, it is. You're right.
That was
Phil.
that late mail from Lambo.
Yep. Always on the money, Lambo.
Could make that a segment.
That's why I call him the postman. He always delivers. And in saying that, I've missed what's happened there.
It's been a Uni mark on the half-back flank. Which, if you had to say, where has the ball been in this quarter, it's been in that pocket mostly. A chance, it's a fast break here by Uni. They've got the runner, but they've got Hewson in pursuit. He makes the tackle, doesn't get the free. Socket off the ground and marked by Spence.
Get a good gauge in the breeze there, Phil. It does look quite strong. We're protected here in the bar at Adelaide Uni, and I've yet to see a Foster's
today.
Race my palm.
Drew Sterling sends it inside 50, finds a target. This is Jaden Blank. And he is eminently gettable, this one.
So we are seeing both sides with numbers behind the ball at this early stage, and that might be on the back of Uni just getting away with a bit of a poor start.
Tend to see it a fair bit when there is a breeze. One side wants to protect against that.
A good purchase on the kick, Jaden Blank there, didn't he? He certainly kicked it well, just a little bit offline.
So, 3 goals, 4 to 2 behinds. But I've got that as 3 goals, 5 now, I reckon. No, 2, what are we, 2 goals? Yeah, 2 goals, 5 to 2 behinds.
Well, that mightn't be as bad. You've got 3-4 on there, that's wrong.
It's going to be adjusted
2-5,
very shortly, Jacko, to 2-5. There we go.
No surprise, Adelaide Uni come out the same spot they have every time. Got the numbers there now. Run it nicely through the traffic. Oh, this is the important possession, though. Ryan Marini gives it out the back to Jack Keynes. Now they go forward. It's on the centre wing. Teacher Gully got all the answers, though. That's a good tackle by Adelaide Uni and results in a free kick for holding the ball against Dylan Shoemakers. And Adelaide Uni got another chance to go forward. Nice, intelligent kick on the wing. This is where they probably should try and hold the ball up, because if we look forward of the ball, you can see all red and grey Guernseys and not a lot of Uni, so they need to start pushing forward here. It's all well and good playing people behind the ball. When you get a slow play like that, that's your opportunity to put players forward. They didn't do that, outnumbered. Very easy possession for Teacher Gully to win, and then they now transfer the ball. Hewson to Stent. Long kick, he doesn't look either. He just bombs the ball in the direction of Hamish Wallace. Unluckily for him, it was a bad bounce, and Teacher Gully are able to press up. Ball spills out, though the umpires let it go. Marini does it nicely. Handballs. Cunningham almost could have got a push in the back. Umpire says nothing doing. Play on. Hamish Wallace is there.
Jaden Blank led a very hard tackle. Bit slower to get up after it. A lot of players around the ball, 55 metres out. West tries to grow out of the ruck contest, not allowed to. Marini was swung as a player along. He was given the kick. Doesn't really matter because Uni should have it. It's now with Samut, who's got the back pocket. Language is there to assist. Comes back in board. This is to Keynes, who's having one of his positions. Again, this one met the target, but set him a task. Now, open space. They could run this if they want. Decide to go with the kick. Puts it in front of Eddie Sims. He picks it up. Got a player in hot pursuit. Sims,
no left foot.
Rugby league style, kicks it to himself. That was well done. That's Keys again, I think. Kick inside 50. This is where the numbers are. But it's another mark inside 50. This time it's not Marini. And this time I reckon it's Lewis Parker.
Yeah, sometimes you can be lucky, couldn't you? Edward Sims had the ball out the far wing, no left foot, tried to go the banana.
I love that. I almost think that was part plan, the little kick to myself. Because he really didn't have... I don't think he had a lot to kick to.
Right, okay.
He looked up and saw a lot of grey and red.
The final kick was just a hit and hope, and it's ended up with Uni.
Yeah, the last one was a bit dodgy. But from 45 out, they'll count if they can kick it. And it will count as a behind. So 3 gettable set shots.
Yeah.
But you got to say that Tea Tree Gully are wasting their own as well.
Yeah, no side able to capitalise on their forward 50s. Joshua Spence has it, goes long again. He got a nice boot on him. Plenty of Uni numbers there. Russell Jensen, just fresh off the bench, has got his hands on the ball. The umpire says, give it to me. We look back behind the ball. We can see an outnumber for both teams. So you've got to be clever about how you bring the ball away from the stoppage. Marini got it well tackled on that occasion by Stefan Jankovic. I beg your pardon, by Jack Asprey.
It's 2 spare at the moment. Uni have got 2 spare in defence.
Yep. That's a nice hit, but only went as far as Matthew Language, and he gets it to Tigerman. He plays on quickly. That's a good kick and a nice mark taken by Jaden Blank. Handball's inside, so it's with Stent on the left foot, gets good purchase. No one able to take the ball cleanly. Beautiful shepherd by Cunningham, just opened it up. Lovely for Adelaide Uni. That was good, intelligent football. And it's been kicked to Ben Adams. He's on the half-back line, looking for someone to kick the ball to. He's done it well. And a nice mark taken by Kyle Martin. He brings it inboard. Good kick. Russell Jensen. He had Louis Parker there to give the ball to. He'll have to hold the ball up here. He does.
They've got to think this through, don't they?
They do. Look, they've got numbers over the far side. They'll have to go there. They do. William Warwick kicks it to Marini. Take your time, son. You need to get a better purchase on this than... he has. He's got Edward Sims. They're inside 50, and this will give us a good indication of the breeze because...
Yeah. I have a feeling this one might be one of those that's going to land on the line and get thumped through.
It better not, Phil. You know I'll throw my pen out the window.
If you can predict the kicks, I can have a crack too.
All right. Well...
He's certainly not passing off.
If he kicks it from there, then there's not a lot in the breeze. He's outside 50, in fact. He lays it up to the top of the square. To all Tea Tree Gully, though. No one even competes for Adelaide Uni. And in best position was Chad Shoemakers. He kicks it out the far side.
That was be frustrating for the Uni fans at the moment.
Yep. Zach McKay it is with the ball.
When you mark inside 50, you expect some reward for that, and they've got a grand total of 3 behinds at the moment.
Well, didn't even get a contest in the air from the last one, but they're a chance here. 1v2. Good effort by Kyle Martin. Gets it out. Now they've got it. Matty Langridge has got it. Hits it forward, running onto the ball nicely is Connor Noonan, breaks through. Can he get anything on it? He can't. He's had the handball in the end, and Isaac Hewson relieves the pressure from a Tea Tree Gully perspective.
Well, you'd have to say, and it's 24 minutes into the first quarter. 2 goals have been scored, so you can't see it going for a long time. Strong breeze.
Evenly poised, I would say, Phil.
Yeah, possibly even slight advantage to Adelaide Uni, I would suggest.
Well, I did pick them.
You did? The only one of the 3 of us. But hey, we've got 3 quarters and a bit to go. Tap in front of the alternate change rooms. Not used much today.
If they could get one here just before the siren, Adelaide Uni, they'd be in really good position.
Well, they've had more of it down here in the last 5 minutes or so. But there's a lot of players. Sims gets the hand pass out straight to Stent. He'll clear with a torp towards the sideline. Race for pace. It's an interesting. Am I going to go for the ball or go for the man? Maybe I'll try and do both. And he probably did that well just to create the stoppage and wait for the cavalry to arrive. And that was Brody Latham.
Yep, no, he did it okay in the end. It was Tyson Breeden, it was from Tea Tree Gully, that brought it out of defence. And that, as you can hear, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first quarter, and a very, very interesting game we have on our hands here, because at times Tea Tree Gully looked like they were going to be that far in front. It wasn't funny, but Uni defensively were quite strong. We'll get an inside 50 count for everyone soon, but both sides will walk into their quarter time huddles happy, I think, with the way they've gone, and an understanding that this game is well and truly on the line.
The goal scorers thus far, no one for Adelaide Uni. Singles to Isaac Houston and Peter Personos on the Sports Interactive scoreboard. It's Tea Tree Gully 2-5-17. Adelaide Uni 3 behinds, a 14-point margin. Lambo's going out to the huddles. Lockie's compiling the Dartfish stats. Jacko's compiling his thoughts, and I'll try and get some scores around Division 1. We will take a break. You've been watching the Adelaide Footy League, thanks to Filming Footy.
Justin's Timber Rake, Celine's Dijon, Sylvester's Cologne, and Kate's Blanket. For everything they need, everyday Aussies check out Catch. Check out Catch, where everyday Aussies get what they need for less. Like mixed joggers, Bill's Gate, Sarah Jessica's Parker, and Kim's Kardashian. For all the brands they love, everyday Aussies, check out Catch.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
So the Simon Black Academy is in 4 states. It's a 3-pillared program. So one is the education component through the Torrens University. Second one is the development of their AFL skills, helping their player to become the best player they can possibly be. But the third one is, as you mentioned, a leadership and growth programs. So it's an academy that combines both education and Australian rules football. A perfect opportunity for kids who like football. They get exposed to AFL coaches, mentoring, but they also get their hand held as they do a university degree. So the first 12 months is a diploma in Sports Management Elite, and if the students elect to stay on for a further 2 years, they end up doing what's called a Bachelor in Business Management with a sports focus. Based out of Norwood Oval for a couple of days a week in the Arc at Campbelltown. Yeah, it's a fantastic program. So for anyone out there who's interested in getting on board, loves football, extend your education with a Torrens University degree, feel free to check out the website simonblack.com.au.
Welcome back, everyone. It's quarter time. Let's go Bantry side to Lambo.
Hey boys, Jacko and Phil. Tea Tree Gully up by 14 points, but they should have been up by a lot more. Look, I went over at quarter time to Adelaide Uni. They're very happy with their first quarter, mate. Boys, contested around the football. I'm not sure what the stats are, but what I like, number 21 and 25 from Adelaide Uni, the two young lads are doing very well. Look, it's a 5-goal breeze. So they've got to improve in a few areas.
Thanks,
so let's see how we go in the second quarter.
So 3 of the 4 players that we're tracking are all on 9 touches each for the first quarter. So good openings to the game by Langridge from Adelaide Uni and Stent and Houston from Tea Tree Gully.
Alrighty. Dartfish stats, here they are.
Okay, so the inside 50s are what we thought, 14-9, which is probably an accurate reflection of what we saw. The tackles, though, well, that's a big difference there. Tea Tree Gully putting a lot of pressure on Adelaide Uni when they get hold of the ball. The marks are pretty even, nothing in that, just in front Tea Tree Gully. So it's really just the clearances, not a lot in it either, 6-4 in favour of Tea Tree Gully. So very interesting stage. Matthew Nilsson against Penny. He slaps it forward. Trying to soccer the ball off the ground was Zach McKay, and I think he's had what they call as an airy.
An airy.
Complete airy. Houston it is. Comes out of the middle. Look at the space he's got. How far can he go? He's let him go. That's a poor kick in the end. And well read by Adelaide Uni.
So this would be William Langridge. He goes straight down the middle to find the debutant in Keens, who's been used to a defence, picked up a couple of touches into the middle.
Now.
So far, so good. This is Marini, a long way up the ground. He's got a bit of a raffle to choose from at the moment. Now they'll try and clear it to space. And that is well done by Stent to make the distance, force the stoppage and the neutral situation. So just the opening stages of the second quarter. Let's see, did Tea Tree Gully waste the breeze? Can Adelaide Uni make them pay for it? Or is it really not going to make that much of a difference?
Doing it pretty easy in the ruck at the moment. Blake Penny for Tea Tree Gully as well. They need a little bit more resistance from Matthew Nilsson. Uni have got it now. Sims handballs it forward indiscriminately. No one able to take it. Houston, have a look at the blind pirouette there. He's working extremely hard. We just saw him a minute ago take the ball out of the centre field and charge the ball in the forward line. Now he's down at the half-back line. He's certainly covering some territory and an early contender for our Dartfish man of the match. Once again, Tea Tree Gully push the ball forward only as far as Sims. Now got a chance to pick up off the ground. They don't. It's Connor Noonan. He kicks towards the half forward, but best position. A push.
Yep.
Was there, Phil, was it?
Yep.
All right. So this
Threw
is
it all the way from here.
4th shot on goal for Tea Tree Gully. So
William
for
Warwick.
Adelaide Uni, I should say. William Warwick, first-year player. I think we called there his first game, and he kicked the goal with his first kick in A-grade footy. So he handles the pressure okay for a spooner from St. Peter's. Let's see how he goes. Can he show the older players how it's done? Looks good over the ball, does William Warwick, and he puts the first on the board for Adelaide Uni. A much-needed goal inside 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes in the first quarter, and that's the start. Big bowler Benny Watkins would be looking for. Good quick response from Tea Tree Gully and a use of the breeze, and puts 7-1, goal 3 Adelaide Uni, trailing Tea Tree Gully 2 goals 5.
Yep. Warwick was one of the better players for Uni in their huge loss to Prince Alfred Old Collegians last week, and finally got them a settler and keeps them well in the contest. Just 8 points with the breeze at their backs and almost a full quarter to use it. We're back in the cricket pitch, and again Penny, as you mentioned, you've got another tap. Gully's getting another clearance. Now it's a race for it. Winning this one's going to be Nielsen. Has time to do a bit of a 180. Hand pass out to Matt Langridge, put him in all sorts of trouble. Personos is lurking. He's dangerous. Escaped one. Couldn't escape the second, but he was taken high. Briefly taken. That was almost like a basketball foul taken high. It was sort of touched him and dropped off. Too far out to score, you would think, being on the edge of 50 and the Uni kicks that we've seen so far.
Well, I think he kicked the first one of the day, didn't he, with the left foot outside, probably about 60, correct. I reckon.
Just outside 50 with no one standing the mark. Of course, it's a bit different when you've got someone on the mark and you've got a breeze that you're facing.
Okay.
Let's find out. From the edge of 50, he's got good purchase. Now it holds up. We'll lob in the middle of the square. Who's there to crumb it? There's a uni defender with the ball surrounded by some red and black, and umpire will ball it. Probably, oh no.
Nielsen.
Gave Nielsen the free. It gave it a bit of a, shall I say, a ruckman's kick. But Danny Cunningham thankfully took the mark for the Blacks.
Yeah, he did it well, Cunningham. He got along quickly to Ben Adams. He give it inside to William Warwick, the last goal kicker. He goes to Marine. He got a chance to play it on quickly. Gonna have to be quick, and he wasn't. Stefan Jankowicz, and he's turned the ball over. They're out then, Uni. Just had to be quicker with his thoughts. Persnos now. Look at that long left foot kick. Goes toward big... if you don't mind. The big Tyler West has taken a very good competitive mark. Just once again protected the ball drop beautifully. And we saw him do that quite well a few weeks ago. And the only thing that deteriorated from his game when he got the Dartfish man of the match was his goal kicking. Kick 1-3 that day. Let's see how he goes today. This is his first shot. And he makes no mistake. And that's a good, quick reply by Tea Tree Gully, puts them back out to 3-5, leading Adelaide Uni 1-3. And what looked like a really promising clearance from the back half from Adelaide Uni just didn't quite get it onto his boot quick enough, did he, Stefan Jankovic? And I don't know whether there was any talk there or what, but pretty important turnover as far as Tea Tree Gully goes, that one.
Put it this way, there should have been, because when Peter Personal's lurking, he is exceptionally dangerous and still got a turn of speed, as we've seen a couple of times today. So goal for goal in the second quarter, back out to our quarter time margin or thereabouts of 14 points. This time Uni with a clearance, although no, that's not a clearance, that's just let's just kick it up in the air. Might be the Gullies that get the clearance, kicks it out towards the members' side. I reckon he was tackled without the ball on that occasion, a little bit too enthusiastic from your debutant in Keys.
Son of Mike, the DJ Mike.
Oh, that's son of DJ,
yes, yes, he's here, Mike, the DJ.
So we've got the mandatory DJ Mike in.
Yeah, he's it. We've got that sponsorship
covered.
Actually,
we haven't had any firemen recently, Jacko. It's always hard with uni boys. Not too many.
Yeah,
wouldn't
not
be too many firemen in the uni ranks, would there?
I don't know if they've ever had a fireman play for Adelaide Uni. Now that you mention it, but it doesn't matter because Hamish Wallace has got it. He looks out the far side. He calls and beckons Edward Sims to come to the ball and then decides to kind of kick long, and this will suit Tea Tree Gully because have a look at that kick. That's 1-on-2.
4.
1-on-4.
Oh,
good effort by the Uni player there, however. And now it is this one way, this way. They got it. They bring it back in the middle. Marini's got it. Matty Langridge lay it off again. They're keeping it alive. In the end, Shoemakers for Tea Tree Gully. Lays it off to Isaac Hewson. Much more direct into a one-on-one situation. Tyson Breed, and I'd sock it off the ground if I was him here. He didn't need to, did he? Oh! Could have been a contender for the goal of the day if he was able to jag that one. It's a beautiful pickup.
Yeah.
Under a bit of heat, he was able to get the ball onto his boot, just couldn't finish the work, Phil.
Just seeing how the teams are set up, and yes, there's one or two loose players at different times. This is Martin for the Uni. There's
Great
also
kick.
Martin for Gullies. Finds a target on the outer side, and a scrag, which will bring, I think, 25 metres.
Yep.
So that might be Adams, possibly, on the outer side. It's one of the longer head players here. No, it's a Connor Noonan. He'll centre the ball, and if you centre the ball, you've got to be pinpoint, because if you're not, the counter-attack will come. Here's Hewson. That's how you got to kick into the breeze, low and hard. Nice little finesse kick inside 50. There's a runner. Personos has an open goal. The speed to escape and the calmness to execute. The Gullies have kicked 2 to the university end, and they have a match-high lead. Let's go to Lambo.
Tea Tree Gully, last 2 goals, very good at ground level, boys. Really, really strong at ground level at the moment.
Yeah, what was really good about the difference in the two sides is at the moment when they turned the ball over, Tea Tree Gully, they broke quickly out to the fat side, pushed the ball into some space, and they were able to compete one-on-one. And the 2 university players that were in the back play were just became null and void. They took them out of the picture and they were able to compete one-on-one. And that's the difference when university have gone forward. They've been forced to kick the ball long, and the extras in Tea Tree Gully have come into play. So something to learn for Adelaide Uni. Back in the middle. Nielsen's gone early every single time in the centre bounce, and that's no exception. Adams is there. Can they take it cleanly? He's tackled strongly. Tea Tree Gully through Stent now has it, and a good tackle put on him by Kyle Martin. I like the looks of Kyle Martin. Looks like a solid, strong player. And again, Blake Penny hits the ball. Ends up with Zach McKay. What's he going to do with it? Again, an opportunity to be able to compete one-on-one. Nice take by Tyson Breeden. Kicks it again into one-on-one. The loose player from the University, ineffective here. And in the end, Charlie Parsons decides to slap the ball forward and only just got through because...
In some other levels of Australian rules football, that would have been a interesting umpiring decision, I think. How much pressure was the defender under when they conceded the behind? Of course, we don't really have a lot of deliberates here. Players do get a lot more of the benefit of the doubt, as they probably should be. Long kick from Langridge. Good hand pass from Warwick. And in the end, Jensen a little bit lucky as it goes back to Warwick. He'll have a reshoot to Martin towards the centre square.
And again.
Thought about Warwick. Now they're setting up across the middle. They're certainly not avoiding the cricket pitch today. It seems to be firm enough to use. Noonan's kick missed the target, but it is an inside 50. Gully's have got it, should swing across. Next kick will be interesting. No, they'll take the easy option and go wide to the zoo pocket.
Zach McKay has it, brings it back into the corridor, searching for Breeden, I think. Tyson Breeden has it, plays on quickly. The big fella, Tyler West, out in front. Nice catch, gives it back to Breeden. He can't keep this one on track, however. Uni in front, nicely played by number 13. I'm not sure who that is. William Ballard, yep.
Just got a boot to it.
Now they're able to relieve the pressure out the far side, and it's Zach McKay. It's a race for the speedsters versus William McGowan.
Well, one of 7 people on the outer wing watching the football.
Yeah, it's not a day to be standing out there with the wind blowing straight in your face.
A couple of them are players waiting for their match,
quickly,
possibly.
Jack, Adelaide Uni, no winning forward. No one's really dominating at the moment.
No, you're right. They yet to find a player that can come out and compete. Certainly Ryan Marini's
had a target who couldn't convert.
Yeah.
And now he's further up ground and they're sort of playing a little bit of play against Paddock. And Marini's useful at different places. They'll get the kick towards the 15-metre arc, more across the ground than deep. Who'll recover the quickest? On this occasion, it wasn't to be for the Uni boys. And Gullies have some space if they want to use it here down the grandstand side. McKay, the mark, the quick hand pass. Stent, he knows which way the goals are. Again, a low penetrating kick. Gives it a chance for Dylan Shoemakers. He is set upon very quickly by Stefan Junkowitz.
That's normally where he's at his best, Dylan Shoemakers. He can normally conjure a little bit of magic in situations like that, but good defensive pressure by Stefan Jankovic there.
22-point margin. Game high. Slowly pushing towards the boundary. Shoemakers a hand pass in hope. Centering ball just in front of McKay. Didn't bounce for him. And
look at the numbers.
Clear, but look how many Gullies are on the forward 50 arc. This one is a kick from Penny on the goal line. On a normal day, that probably would have sailed just through, but a bit of a breeze to deal with. One behind the Gullies. They're 4-8. 32, Adelaide Uni 139.
Yeah, nice sort of magic by Shoemakers on the wing there. Handball over the head, kept it alive, and then in the end, probably a little bit unlucky not to get better result for that. So, Uni kick in. First quarter was all out the far side. This one looks like it'll be the same. No, he's gone shorter. Good kick. Cunningham, one of the best players in the competition. Hits William Ballard. Now he's got a chance to kick it into a one-on-one. Marini's run under the ball. Good punch by Teetri Gully there. Tiggerman, I think it is. Yes, he's got it. He takes it into the corridor, but in best position there is Ben Adams. Now he needs to find a target with this kick. He goes out the far side to Sims. No, it's not Sims. I beg your pardon. It's...
Might be Josh Sims, I reckon.
Josh Sims. Yeah, they look alike, don't they?
2 Sims. 11 Edward and 25 Josh.
Yep, okay. Hambo, you've got your microphone on.
He thought about it. And he's going to turn it off. Thank you, Lambo.
You've got to constantly feed him. That's why I call him IBM. I've got to punch information into him. Ball at the back. Nice bit of play by Adelaide Uni in the ruck there. Go to a Langridge situation. One-on-one. Back on it now, Langridge. Beautiful quick handball. Sets up his brother with a good opportunity to have a shot on goal there. Probably could have done a little bit better. Had enough time, but he was jammed on the left boot
But it's good to see the ball inside the forward 50 for Teachry Gully, Phil, for Adelaide Uni, Phil, and pressing. They do have the breeze. They need to get a wriggle on. They need the next goal.
Well, they kicked the first and we all got excited. Gullies have kicked the last two. Language said himself had to wait a fair bit of time and the cavalry came for the Gullies. And this will force the stoppage in front of the scoreboard here at Uni Oval, and a few people in the, what's that, the Children's Hospital pocket. Landmarks everywhere to be named. High kick from Language, almost a mark by, I think, Jensen on his backside.
Oh, that is the hit of the day,
William
Phil.
McGowan needs to get the registration of that Mack truck that just went through him.
Wowee.
Yeah.
If he gets up out of that
It was
alive,
unfair. Timing was spot on.
he's straight to the... No, he's okay.
I mentioned the Children's Hospital, almost needed on that occasion. Tap forward by Adelaide Uni, but there was a Gully boy on the sidelines. And Jacko, good mark taken by Latham. They're away on the outer side.
Yeah, it was a good mark, and he gets it, and he kicks it into Tyler West in the middle of the ground. He looks for options. He has Jake Robinson in front of him. Jake screaming for the ball. He decides to go back out towards Tyson Breeden, I think. And or it might be Jack Asprey, actually. He's looking for options. Decides he'll go long down the line, but all Adelaide Union. In best position was Stefan Jankovics. He has a look, both sides of the oval. Probably need to try and get a few more switches of play and take this situation out of it, because this is what we get at the moment for Teachry Gully versus Adelaide Uni, and it's just too easy for Teachry Gully as they rebound for Latham. Back from whence it came, Jaden Blank has the ball, and the umpire's going to pay 25 metres. And sometimes the slow movement from Uni hurts them badly, doesn't it, when they go along with that kick 2-on-4.
Yeah, and I think I noticed that when Uni were going inside 50, it was with quick hand pass on to Houston, no time to chat. He likes his chances from 48, and why not? Breeze? What breeze?
Yeah.
He's delivered the longest goal of the day to the Torrens End. Teachry Gully have 3 in a row, and the margin is now concerning for Uni fans, 28 points.
Yeah, a bit of a grin on the face of Justin Machado there when Isaac kicked that goal. That's his second. Must have thought he couldn't probably make the distance, or he certainly showed him.
Look at the Simon Black replay. It was like starter's gun. Hit the 50. Kabang.
He's had 5 disposals this quarter, Isaac Houston, 14 for the match, so he is certainly having a good game.
He's making him count.
He is. Question is, can he do it in the second half? We're back in the middle. Need Nilsson to get his hands. He's gone early again. We got big Benny Watkins as the ruck coach, or the coach for Adelaide Uni. He needs to... no one was better at walking across the line and being competitive in the centre square for someone who can't jump. He really needs to get Nilsson on speed to get a better contest in the centre of the ground. Persnos now with it for Teachry Gully, battling hard, gets it away quickly under pressure, which is nicely done. But have a look again, all Teachry Gully, other than Langridge. Can he get there first? He does. Gives it inside. Beautiful handball to Kyle Martin. He goes to centre half forward. Now they're a chance. 1-on-1. I like it. Ben Adams got it. Beautiful, intelligent kick on the left foot in the direction of Marini. Have a look at the bat, if you don't mind. That is definitely a contender for goal of the day.
Thanks to the Simon Black Academy. Connor Noonan found some space. Long distance shot. Personos kicked one, but I reckon that was more spectacular. And
that had more breaks than a Shane Warne special, that one, didn't it?
Yeah, so we're going to go boundary side to Lambo.
Very lucky goal by Adelaide Uni, and that's the only way they're going to kick their goals with a bit of luck at the moment. Even though Ryan Marini's changing up there, they need more from him up there.
Yeah, good call, Craig. Good call.
So on our Sports Interactive scoreboard, Adelaide University 2-4-16, Teachry Gully 5-8-38. 18 gone of the second quarter.
Big job for the ruckman. I haven't seen either of them come out of the ruck at this stage. Tyler West maybe for a couple of minutes, but it's been predominantly Penny versus Nilsson. This time Uni, for the first time for a while, come out of the centre square. But Teachry Gully got all the answers in the half-back line. Bit of resistance from Adelaide Uni. They need to step their game up here on the back of that last goal. They do. William Warwick hacks it forward. All Teachry Gully in front of the ball, though. And that looks like Cameron Tiggerman with the ball. Has an opportunity to switch the play. Eventually covered by Uni. Goes short towards Isaac Hewson.
just on the 50 for Uni.
Covering a bit of ground.
Yeah, much better pressure in front of the ball though, Uni. The Teacher Gully aren't able to play on quickly. In saying that, he does bring it nicely into Joshua Spence, and they retain possession of the ball, Teacher Gully. And I've been impressed with the skill rate of Teacher Gully today. Phil, their field kicking has been exceptional.
Yeah, and there's been some decent marking.
Yeah, well, we thought
goal kicking is a work in progress. We'll leave it at that.
Yep.
And I think I saw an article, Malcolm Blight, during the week. Why have we gone 100 years and goal kicking's just as bad now as it was back in the day?
Did he get a chance to put the word I in the sentence, Phil?
Yeah, when I played, I could kick him from 70 metres out at Princes Park. Yeah.
No one talks about himself better than Blighty.
He is a master. Blighty was, as a Woodville Warriors fan, Blighty was my hero.
Yeah.
Didn't have too many great players. He, Ralph Sewell were right up there. Sorry.
Yes. Uni, bring the ball away nice through William Warwick. Shows a clean set of heels. And more importantly, he's good value for touches. I like him with the ball in hand. And that ball, or that kick, has hit Kyle Martin. And he's in a beautiful position to give a Uni a chance to score 2 goals in a row. Now, they've let themselves down with some of their goal kicking today. Uni, we haven't had a look at Kyle Martin in this situation, but he is 40 metres out, directly in front, wind slightly over his left shoulder. Looks good. I love the ball. Drops close to his foot, goes to the left post, and that is straight through the middle. Adelaide Uni now trail. They're on 3 goals 4. They trail Teacher Gully 5 goals 8, and they refuse to go away, Phil. Those 2 in a row are pretty important.
Brings them back into the contest. 16 points the margin on the Sports Interactive scoreboard. Look at that Simon Black replay. And for Kyle Martin, that is his 2nd goal of the season in his 10th game. And we talked about, they had Marini as the target early. They don't have Mitch Marini today. He's playing with the Crows. They don't have Jack Strange. He's playing with the Magpies. In the Sandful, and maybe Martin might just be that target they've been looking for the last half hour.
Change in the ruck now. Russell Jensen, he's given away about 50 kilos, and so
50 centimetres.
Very easily for Blake Penny to get first hands on it. Doesn't matter though, because Marini ends up with the ball out the back. It's Jack Keynes. They're into the corridor. Fights on nicely. Does Russell Jensen. Kicks it to the half-forward line. Uni in good position here. Warwick, he's getting better and better as the game goes on. Look at that with a slippery, muddy ball. Puts it out to advantage. And I think for effectiveness of the kick, he's been as good as anyone on the ground, and he certainly gave Ben Adams an opportunity there by pushing the ball out to space. And we'll have a boundary throwing just outside the forward 50.
So what have we got? We've got Adams as one of a couple of players in the long sleeve. Connor Noonan's in the short sleeve. And so 5 in the shorts, Adams 6 and Langridge 7 are the 2 in the long sleeves today. Back in the middle, Marini roves it nicely, snaps it from 45 on the behind line. Well, it wasn't going to score a goal, it was only going to be a 1-pointer. Gully's marked no score.
Yeah, he's got to be better with a kick than that, doesn't he? You just can't kick it straight to the opposition from 40 metres out.
You think he's only just got to get one and they'll flood through. But a beautiful mark taken by Gully's. And again, the starter's gun's gone. Although Uni have put some good pressure here, they'll create the turnover. Will Langridge the hand pass, kick inside 50. But looking for Langridge, but this time missed the target. And the Gullies will clear. But again, the 3 Blacks on 1 Gullies. 4. Adams, quick return. Langridge this time plays interference. And Gullies will try again. This is kick-to-kick stuff, Jacko.
A little bit of seesaw stuff. Tyler Wester had it stolen from him by Connor Noonan. Now he goes out to space. Tiggerman unable to hold on to that ball, but intelligently keeps it alive for Teacher Gully. And once again, they're able to relieve the pressure, and it heads out towards Sims versus Dylan Shoemakers. No one wins. The ball goes out of bounds.
There was a Uni player there who went to put some body pressure on the defender who'd already tapped the ball instead of actually keeping their feet and getting the ball and possibly sending Uni forward. Throw in. Out of side, Jensen from behind. Penny ignores him completely. Swatted him away like he was a fly. Got the ball, kicked it forward. But again, there's plenty of players in black behind the ball. This is Hamish Wallace in front of the outer bench.
Give it. He does.
The hand pass. They've got some numbers. They're working all back to William Langridge. He stops and props on the 50-metre arc.
Good mark.
But there's a good mark taken by Jack Asprey.
Yeah.
Everything Uni are doing to go forward at the moment, and they're having plenty of chances. Gullies are repelling.
Yeah, well, they're surging, aren't they, Adelaide Uni at the moment? They really are surging, but they just can't get reward. Shoemakers comes into the corridor looking for Tigerman. The umpire's giving him a free kick. He searches for options. They got one out the far side here in Zach McKay, but didn't need a big kick. He doesn't. He goes long towards Tyler West. Why wouldn't you? He gives them a good focus every week. Now we're in with Personos. Brodie Latham charging onto this ball. Adelaide Uni got all the answers. William Langridge gives it out the back. Now they come into the corridor. Teacher Gully 2v1. Do it well. Good Marini. Sims. Now they got the numbers. William McGowan is there. He's taken a nice mark. Can he keep it alive and hit the target? More importantly, it's into space. That'll do. Does it nicely. William Ballard takes the tackler on, but in the end, just probably needed a little bit more better finish. But
blinked for a second. Did he
promising play from Adelaide Uni there.
Did he drop the ball or did he try and take a bounce?
Oh, surely he didn't try and take a bounce.
Yeah. Half time, imminent as we hit 25 minutes. What's been a reasonably low-scoring quarter. Well, that said, Teacher Gully have kicked 3 goals and Adelaide Uni have kicked 3, so 6-goal quarter better than the first. Robinson,
good kick.
Downfield, finds his man in Brodie Latham. Kick towards the pocket, Personos in space. That's how you do it. Houston's lurking by himself. Personos
turned his back.
Was too busy chatting to the people on the sideline to see him. And now he's got to have the shot. We're right behind it. You're filming Footy Crew.
Sucking in the big ones.
Where's he got to aim for? The right-hand goal post, surely?
I reckon coming out of that sloppy's no hope, Phil.
Yeah, I think the odds are not in his favour. He doesn't think so. He's going to swing left. He aims right, and that's lucky to score. That is dead set lucky to even register.
No, he needed to keep it alive, mate, and keep in front of you. Isaac Houston would have made good position. It would have been an obvious short kick, and Houston would have been within range of goal. But anyway.
Even within range to do, even if he couldn't play on, he could try a Stevie J kick. And
yeah.
Has he trademarked that, by the way?
Stevie J? Not sure. Charlie Adams goes towards Sims. He's pushed in the back. Searching for a 25-metre penalty. The umpire says, up you get, son.
This would be young Josh Sims, I reckon.
And if you don't hurry up, I'll call play on. He does now. He calls play on. The bloke on the player on the mark doesn't go at him. He brings it inboard. And he hits Jack Keynes and then gets it back. Sims goes, what was it, attempted barrel, I think, down the centre of the ground. And in the end, the half-time scores 5 goals, 9 Teacher Gully to Adelaide Uni, 3 goals, 4. An intriguing quarter. It must be said that I think Uni just didn't take advantage of the forward entries that they had.
First half of the second quarter, it looked like how far Teacher Gully for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Uni worked themselves back into it, but both teams have had a bat with the breeze, and it's advantage the Gullies at the moment. That Sports Interactive scoreboard, as Joko said, Teacher Gully 5-9-39, Adelaide Uni 3-4-22, a 17-point margin. Pretty much Adelaide Uni kicked 3 goals 4. Adelaide Uni kicked 3 goals 1. Teacher Gully kicked 3 goals 4. So Gullies won the quarter into the breeze by 3 points. Lambo is going to be setting up an interview very shortly. So just give you the goal scorers. Both sides have 3 for Teacher Gully. 2 to Peter Personos, 2 to Isaac Houston, and 1 to Tyler West. For Adelaide Uni, their 3 goal scorers are William Warwick, Connor Noonan, with, I reckon at the moment, if I had to pick it, that would be our Simon Black Academy play of the day. And the other goal scorer was Kyle Martin.
Is that the 2 bounce one that went through?
Correct.
Connor Noonan, was it?
Connor Noonan.
Yeah. What do you got for us, Craig?
I thought Adelaide Uni's last 5 minutes was a lot better, Jack, a little bit more attacking. No zigzagging, go more direct with this sort of weather, mate. And I'm not sure, I know if you were coaching, that if you've got a 6-goal breeze, well, you want to be playing more on the fat side. So I'm not sure why they're not using the western side here more of an attacking side.
6-goal breeze, is that strong, the breeze, is it?
Oh, but she's really picked up. But I just thought overall, the last few minutes, Uni were having a little bit more of a go. But otherwise, it's been Tea Tree Gully, really, and they probably should be more in front, Jack.
All right, mate, we'll get set with your interview at half-time with Big Bozza.
Can't wait, mate.
You know, the good thing about interviewing him, mate, he'll always have a fresh beer ready for us at the end of the game. Big Bobby Miles, he's been here for a long time.
He has, Sean. Looking forward. I think they're just ready to get you a 4-course meal ready, big fella. They've got some lunch here today. How's it been up here anyway, mate? The view and all that, the atmosphere's been good?
Yeah, fantastic view from up here, Craig. It just makes it so much easier when you've got an aerial view of what's going on. But we might go to an ad. No ads? Yep.
Come and sit here, mate.
All right, we're still live, apparently. We don't need to sell... Oh, no, we've gone on the Simon Black replay. Here it is, Charlie Adams. Have a look at this ball. It goes one way.
Connor Noonan,
I beg your pardon. It goes one way, then it goes the other. This is an absolute freak, this goal. On the left boot. It's gone terrible. 1 bounce, 2 bounces, 3 bounces, and then trickles through. That's an absolute beauty.
I feel like Richie Benno with the leg break, and he's done it.
Yes.
Let's go live to Lambo.
Our boys half-time interview today. I'm talking to a club legend, and maybe in his view he's not a club legend, but I've got Bob Miles here today. Hello Bob, how are you, mate?
Very good, Craig. Yeah, I'd like to see the scoreboard a little bit closer, but yeah.
Mate, yeah, it is. Look, I thought the last 5 minutes Adelaide Uni played a little bit better, but you know what? It's all about you at the moment. So everybody out there, they want to know, well, Bob Miles, what can I tell you about Bob Miles? What I know about Bob is that he's been at the club for over 30 years and he's had a lot of different roles, Bob. So maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've done at the club, champ.
Craig, I came out here, as most fathers do, to follow their sons. That would have been mid-90s. My son Grant played and was captain of the club. Quite a good player here, so he went on and he played 150 odd games, but then family and all those sort of things took over, and as a good father I just stayed at the club, and I've been here ever since.
And I guess from when there was opportunities to put your hand up, you told me you're a chairman, timekeeper. You've had a few roles, so just tell me a few of your roles you've done over the years, because the club needs people like you in the club, Bob, and without you, there's no club, mate.
Yeah, well, thanks, Greg, for that. But it's just that Uni is such a great club. It's a great club for friendship, great mob of blokes, great networking available here, and I just love it. So none of the things I've done are a chore. It's just all enjoyment. So I started off just on the committee, and some weeks the timekeeper may not have been here, so I learnt to do that and did that on and off over all the years. Before this room was renovated, we used to have to set up our canteen outside, and I looked after making sure that was all up and running. I've been deputy chairman, chairman of the club in good times and bad, but the club doesn't just base its success on A grade. We've got 7 or 9 teams with ladies footy now, and they're all as important as each other. About 10 years ago, when this room was renovated, I put my hand up to be the bar manager as such. So that's what I've done for those last 8 or 10 years.
That's where we love it here with the Adelaide Footy League, because we know straight after the game we come up and say hello. You got a few refreshments for us, Bob, and we love it. Now, the board behind me, mate, is pretty famous. It's a Life Members Board, and your name's on there. So no doubt there's some other famous people in the club, and do you want to talk to me just briefly about some of the other people in the club who over the years have done some great things with the club, mate?
Yeah, well, just looking at that, I mean, like Richard Foster on the Hall of Fame, I think he's the longest serving coach of lower grades. I can't imagine how many premierships, at least 10 flags at lower grades. Like Peter Sharley, the last name on the Life Members Board, he's currently chairman. I think he's 2IC of Royal Adelaide Hospital, but he still has enough time. Ex-player from the 80s, still involved, and it just goes on and on. I see John Kernahan's name just looking now. Curtis went on, of course, now is the face of the whole amateur league.
Yeah, I've known Johnny for many, many years. He's a good lad. But those people you mentioned, loyalty, passion, and the love of the game.
Absolutely, yeah. As we always say, Craig, this is a club that never pays players, and it's sort of written into the doctrine, more or less. And the guys just play for the love of it, play for the friendship, and the network and contacts they make.
And that's what a football club's all about. While we're here, Bob, do you just want to talk about some of your main sponsors at the club, mate?
Yeah, of course. The university, of course, the main sports association. They're great backers of all sport through the uni system. The Queen's Head Hotel, just up the road, famous for our Hold Your Bowlies presentation night, and it's it's a real community sort of pub, and everyone adjourns back there. Of recent years, we've had Roburn Men's.
Lovely chocolates.
That's right, all the fruit chocks. I think two of the Sims boys, the family behind it, are in the A grade today.
Yeah.
So
There's one there, Joshua Sims, number 25, and he's done really well.
I'm not sure whether they're both playing or not, but but there are three great sponsors we have, amongst a lot of others.
Bob, I know you're busy. You do a magnificent job at the bar, and we all appreciate it. And you've got a lot of helpers today. I think Adelaide Uni love and respect you from the Adelaide Footy League, mate. I've been very rapt to have a good chat with you this afternoon, mate. And all the best. And thank you for letting us be involved with your football club today, mate. And thank you for the interview.
Thank you very much, Craig. That's great. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks, matey.
Thank you, Lambo. Thank you, Bob. And indeed, when you rock up here on a Saturday morning, Bob is the friendly face that welcomes you and lets you basically destroy all this setup here as we create a broadcasting studio in the middle of the social facilities. We will take a break. You're watching the Adelaide Footy League. Thanks to Filming Footy.
So the Simon Black Academy is in 4 states. It's a 3-pillared program. So one is the education component through the Torrens University. Second one is the development of their AFL skills, helping their player to become the best player they can possibly be. But the third one is, as you mentioned, a leadership and growth program. So it's an academy that combines both education and Australian rules football. A perfect opportunity for kids who like football. They get exposed to AFL coaches, mentoring, but they also get their hand held as they do a university degree. So the first 12 months is a diploma in Sports Management Elite, and if the students elect to stay on for a further 2 years, they end up doing what's called a Bachelor in Business Management with a sports focus. Based out of Norwood Oval for a couple of days a week in the Arc at Campbelltown. Yeah, it's a fantastic program. So for anyone out there who's interested in getting on board, loves football, extend your education with a Torrens University degree, feel free, check out the website simonblack.com.au.
And welcome back, everyone. The umpires are out, the teacher Gully are out, Uni won't be too far behind. We'll have some Dartfish stats very shortly, but a few scores that have popped in on my mobile phone along the way. Can tell that Adelaide Lutheran are leading Hackham in Div 7 by 7 points. Scotch, who are on a great run at the moment, are leading Foss Camden 40-16. So that's a 4-goal half-time lead to Scotch. That's last, 4 goals ahead of second in Division 2. We've got Houghton and Districts, and it's Houghton and Flinders University. Flinders University up by a couple of goals. Trinity and Blackfriars in Div 6. It's Trinity Old Scholars up by 5. It is a Walkerville leading Jeps Cross by 11. This is great fun reading these live. Elizabeth leading Ingle Farm by 46 points. Do have a Div 1 score, only Mercedes and Port Districts, and it's Port Districts by 1 point at Kingswood at the moment. Around some other grades as they come through. Smosh Westlake's a big game against Mitcham, leading the Hawks there by 2 goals at the half-time break. A big top-of-the-table clash in Div 7. Century United leading Greenacres by 2 goals. It's Colonel Lake Gardens leading Lockleys by 17 points. Morphettville Park, well, Kilburn won their first game last week. I doubt they're going to win their second one because Morphettville Park are leading by 8 goals, 8, which is 56. Morphettville Park over Kilburn. Some other scores, Div 2, Old Ignatians and Sacred Heart, 3 points, the margin in favour of Old Ickies at half-time. Tony Neal letting us know, can't keep a man out, can you? Tony was going to Victoria this weekend, couldn't, so he's been doing some round the grounds work, telling us that Tony could go, but he couldn't come back. That would be horrific, wouldn't it, if we lost Tony Neal for a couple of weeks. Seaton Ramblers beat Athelston, leading Athelston by 3 points. Just let me know when the Dartfish stats are set. Scotch are leading Broadview, Jacko.
Scotch beat Broadview last week.
No, sorry, Scotch are leading Foss Camden by 4 goals at half-time. Hanley Broadview I'm still waiting for. Let me have a look at that whilst you talk us through some Dartfish stats.
Are we on? We're live. Okay. Apologies, folks. We're just partaking in the hospitality courtesy of the Adelaide Uni Football Club, which has been...
If there's any hospitality, Jacko, I know you would find it.
That's my role here. We look at the quarter stats. Inside 50 is very even, 13-12, so nothing in it. And across the game, Teacher Gully have an advantage in that area and on the back of their first quarter. And as we mentioned several times during the quarter, Uni just need to do a little bit better when the ball goes into the front half of the ground. Turnovers, pretty even, 13-11. Tackles, 8-10. Clearances were the big difference. Adelaide Uni got on top that quarter around the ball, and they end up with 14-6 clearances, 6-1 in the middle of the ground, considering that Teacher Gully Ruckman in Blake Penny had complete control of the taps. But so one thing to win the taps, but the second thing is to actually get the clearance, and Adelaide Uni are very good in that area in that quarter. Free kicks, nothing in it, and marks in favour of Teacher Gully, but not a lot in that either. So if Uni are to win this game, they'll need to continue their dominance around the ball from a clearance perspective, but they'll need to get better value from when the ball goes in the front half of the ground. And what will be interesting to see, the breeze has dropped down a little bit. Will either side play defensively? I think that Ben Watkins might say to his boys, we're trying to lock this quarter away and come home with the breeze. But we're about to start, Phil.
We are, third quarter at the moment. 15-point lead to the Gullies. Looking to win and stay in the 5. Tough road home.
Isaac Houston, 16 touches for the first half. Matty Stent, 14. Langridge, 13. And Cunningham, 7.
So maybe expect Cunningham to get a little bit more of it, but it is a kick forward. And I just saw a jumper number I didn't know there. So that was a Dylan Schoenmaker's kick forward. So it's a stoppage on the 50-metre arc. Teacher Gully in the grey. Their clash jumper going to the left of screen.
Beautiful tap that time, wasn't it?
Well done to Adams. Bouncing ball. Can Uni get a runner? No.
Throw.
Spence comes in. Uni tried the throw. Spence tries to play on from in front of the mark. We all know that's a penalty punishable by death, and you have to go back behind it, or else Teacher Gully ball.
Yes, and they go long down the line. Penny in best position, makes a real good fist of it. Matty Langridge now on the left boot. Isaac Houston saying that's deliberate. Isaac, you need to learn the rules in this competition, mate. You're not in Kingston in the southeast now or at Nord in the reserves. We very rarely pay deliberate in the Adelaide Football League. You've been in it now for a dozen or so games. Boundary throw in. That's a nice tap on that occasion by Matthew Nilsson. Comes out the check now. Houston has an opportunity. He's good below his knees. Takes that cleanly. Wheels onto the right. Puts it out in front. No one able to take the ball cleanly. There's plenty of numbers around it. The ball spills out towards Dylan Shoemakers. Can he get through the traffic? It's been well tackled by Langridge. been very good defensively. Dylan Shoemakers has just given Langridge one right in the chops. That is, to me, a yellow card right in front of the umpire.
So he's seen enough to give the free.
He's given the free, but he didn't give him a yellow card. So maybe it was as bad from there as it was here, but I've seen a lot less get cards. Anyway.
So the kick by the intended for McGowan slips through his fingers. Gully's a chance here. Who's front and square? At the moment, only a couple of players in black. And this will be a clearing kick. Looking for Adams, who marks in the centre square.
He barks the ball high, doesn't he, Adams?
He does. He plays taller than he
does,
is.
Yeah, he got long arms.
And he crisscrosses to Cunningham, who dropped it. Just manages to get the hand pass out to Personos. Peter will make you pay normally, but good redemption by Cunningham to lay the tackle. And somehow Uni have got it back to Marini. Kick by the boundary to Langridge. He marks just by the line.
You know what I loved about that? Personos got up and went. He knew he should have handballed the ball.
First reaction was to go for goal, but yes, if there's a runner, go for it. It's in the middle. Hard footy in the middle. Going in hard was William Warwick. And in the end, someone's just got their face planted in the mud.
Oh, he's paid holding the ball too.
It'll hurt even more now.
Talked into that. Matty Langridge. Free kick.
Who's that poor bloke?
Against Max Joseph. They don't come out here. No value in coming out here at all, Marini. Get it into the forward 50. He does. What's happened? There's a free kick.
They wanted to have a few afters the event, I think, once the kick was away. Umpire's seen it and has reversed it.
Wow.
That's the latest reversal of a free kick I've ever seen.
Yep.
Houston has it. Low worm burner, but straight to Cunningham. Marks on defensive 50. He says, I can see Marini on the members' side in front of the scoreboard. It sits. Not much of a bouncing football today, but it just sort of sits there for someone to get down low and pick it up. That's Adams. They're crisscrossing. Picks out the umpire on that occasion. This would be young Langridge. Tackled, hand pass loose. Stent is lurking. Kicks it in front of Personus. Smart footy. Personus has to come in and lay the tackle on the debutant Keys. And Personus will get the free kick. And will he have a shot here?
He'll have a shot, all right, Phil. Good tackle.
Great tackle.
There's a minor shot for goal as Pistol Pete. And very similar to where he kicked it in the first quarter, I reckon. Might have even been further back.
Just without the man on the mark, which adds a couple of metres. Kicks this. Well, we're looking for our first goal. Get some momentum established in the critical third quarter. From the edge of the centre square. 52 metres out. Shanks it to the left. Oh, that's one. Oh, but it's a fantastic
he passed it. What are you talking about?
Pinpoint, deliberate pass. Planned all the way, I'm sure.
Now, I'm not sure who it is with the ball. Can you pick that up with the binoculars, Phil?
I'll do my best. I'm trying to see whether binoculars or TV
it was Jaden Blank. When I said I drew a blank, I didn't realise I drew a Jaden Blank.
You had actually called it subconsciously.
Anyway, Jaden's had a crack at it, and it's gone right across the face of the goal.
Okay.
And it's a free kick for out in the forward to Adelaide Uni, and they're locked in the back pocket. Searching for options. They don't want to go long down the line, so they decide to come across the ground. Gee, this is dangerous. Langridge up to the task, though. Personos put some good heat on. Langridge quickly to his brother. That's because Mum's in the grandstand. She'll be making sure you want dinner tonight, you look after your brother.
He has been looking after him a fair bit, actually.
He has indeed. Ben Adams, Teacher Gully, Zach McKay holds the ball aloft. Connor Noonan, yeah. Okay.
Connor short sleeves, Adam long sleeves.
Got the Connor Noonan cheer squad alongside me today. It's been fantastic. Anytime he gets a sniff, they let me know about it.
We could use a spotter at some of our games. Very nice. Anyway. Now that's Noonan, because he's got the short sleeves. He's ragged and should get the free kick.
He does. 5 and 6, you got to expect a little bit of confusion amongst those two numbers.
Houston is not playing nice.
And number 7's there as well, actually.
Yeah, well, as I said, 7 and 6 have got the long sleeves.
Yep.
5's got the short sleeves.
What's happened? Oh, he's been whacked behind the play there. He's down on the ground, the Adelaide Uni player. That's not good. This will be a yellow card for sure. This has got to be a card. So a little bit of spite's crept into the game early in the quarter, and I guess we've got to expect that there's a fair bit riding on this game. Both sides have come out with a really
I reckon that's young Langridge.
No card.
You watch the footy, I'll watch the injury.
Okay. So Connor Noonan kicks it to Nick Langridge.
It is young Langridge.
Now they need to win a one-on-one in the front half of the ground. In really good position was William Ballard. Couldn't take it, but Cunningham's there. Good position. Back to Ballard. Swings on the left. Oh, another great tackle from Teatree Gully. Gee whiz. Isaac Hewson. We saw Personos at the other end. We've seen Isaac Hewson this end, and there's a bit going on behind the ball as well. But tell you what, there's a chance. Marini, if he can take it, he does. Great tackle again from Teatree Gully. Their tackling has been an absolute feature of the game.
On and off the ball.
Yes.
Young Langridge is up, walking very slowly, but heading towards the interchange gates. He's got a long walk ahead of him.
Okay, Matthew Stent onto the left foot. Kicks it, doesn't go too far though. He chases up his own ball along with William McGowan. Wow, how's the tackle there? That is... Stent's thrown one there, I reckon, but I'm not sure. The umpire, the blind umpire has lost control a little bit, and he needs to just quieten this. Normally what we see is a card, and that sorts it out.
Let's go down to Lambert.
Boys got front view here. Stenny's right into it. 4 uni guys attacked him, and there was a great tackle over the boundary line.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a great tackle, Craig, because it gave away a free kick, and William McGowan has got it.
From an entertainment perspective, it was fun.
Yes, it was like footy as it used to be.
That's it. You got mud, you got puddles.
Oh, Backens!
No, not to be.
Oh, that was an opportunity. I would have gone off the ground there, I reckon.
With Matty Stent. He had the choice of going left into the mud or going to the right into the puddle of water. I reckon that would have been more spectacular.
I thought you were going to say the opportunity to go with the right or the left, and he went with the right. It was a good right. Speaking of good connection, that is a good kick out from fullback from Joshua.
Look, these teams have got some big games coming up.
They have.
And you don't want to have your best players. And Matty Stent is right up there with the best of Teatree Gully. It's with the uni boys. They're trying to clear off half-back with a series of ringa-ringa-rosy handballs. Goes out to the debutant who's in the last line of defence. Marks 15 out. He sights up William McGowan. He was the guy who got collected by the Mack truck in the second quarter.
Yep. Good
to see he's up and at him. Worm-burning kick needs to be good. Sims, I think it's Sims the younger, couldn't quite handle it. He's
what about the saddle put on him by
I tell you, that
Max
was
Joseph.
Actually Eddie Sims who was tackled. I tell you, some of the tackling and physicality is back in the old days, Jacko.
It is, and I'll tell you what, look at the little Ty Jaffa making his way to the interchange bench. He's one of the smallest players I've seen in the competition. He looks like he has just come straight from Morphettville. Had a ride and a couple of rides early in the day. It'll be interesting to see him play. Uni got it. Look for Langridge. Ignores that handball. It's back to McGowan. He's had a busy quarter, McGowan. He's got Marini free if he wants him. He doesn't. He holds the play up. It's almost like Uni are saying, let's burn this quarter. And so far, no team yet to score a goal, and we are 10 minutes in. So from a Uni perspective... If you've got a 4-goal breeze and you're coming into lemon time 14 behind, you'd like your chances. Correct. Offhand, done it. Did it well, Ben Adams. Not Connor Noonan, Ben Adams, because he had the long sleeve. And the umpire's given away a free kick from pushing the...
umpire's given away a free kick.
The umpire's called a free kick.
That's what they do.
Louis Parker. Well, Louis Parker, this is your chance to shine, young fella. He's on a 43.5-degree angle, about 30 metres from goal.
7 goals from 12 games. He's kicked a few.
It's not a difficult kick. He's got a breeze that's going to take him right to left, so he just needs to put it just up in the air at the right goal post, and the breeze will do it. And a little bit of banter going on between the coach of Teatree Gully, Machado, with Langridge there on the sidelines. Can he go? Oh, my goodness. It's still going on, the banter between Machado and Langridge.
Oh, dear.
And it's on, actually. It's on the kick. McGowan's on the bottom of the pack. Number 14 for Teatree Gully, Maxie Joseph, doesn't mind mixing it. He's in there, as is Joshua Spence. There'll be a melee called by the umpire in a second. He's losing
Wasn't
control.
That the rule of the week from JK a couple of weeks ago, how the melee rule works, just as a subtle reminder?
Yep. And both sides have been able to escape any cards or any sanctions.
If the league's got a cash flow crisis, they might be solving it right now.
Josh Spence, long, good position there. Adelaide Uni couldn't take it. Langridge onto this. Oh, he's hit him high. And the umpires let it go.
Oh. And now it's a round one.
Well, Shoemaker's in there
Is this
now.
a footy game or WWE?
This is footy like it used to be, folks. Fantastic. Oh, no, it shouldn't be cheering.
Let's go to
that sort of
Lambo. Lambo, you can't get games.
What do you got, Lambo? What do you got for us? He's going to try and get in there, Lambo.
He wants to interview someone.
He's down the uni player, though, which is not what we want to see, obviously. It's, but, gee, the tempers, the...
Language is just getting up. I actually thought Language, it was Language and Jaden Martin. And I actually thought Language was going for Martin. So Martin defended himself very well.
So Benny Watkins has decided to take Nick Language off the ground, and number 7 for Tea Tree Gully, Jaden Martin, has also been yellow carded. Matthew Stent was he yellow carded?
Could be. And meanwhile, Tyler West, you'd expect would be rather useful in these circumstances, has been watching it all from the bench.
Now this is good umpiring. He's brought the two
captains and said enough.
Yep.
Enough.
It keeps going, and there'll be red cards.
Yeah.
So nice bit of umpiring. This just to calm the game down. So you want to calm it down, just issue a card. I tell you what, it's got the crowd on its feet. Have a look at the Tea Tree Gully crowd over there. Yep. They're almost on the oval.
Yeah. Well, it is a ground that you can come down a little bit closer to the action if you want. End of the day, uni free. Let's see who can convert this testosterone into something positive on the scoreboard. Young William Language kicking for his brother, I suspect. Adams surrounded by grey and red. And yes, you're going to be courageous to get the ball at the moment, because you know you're going to be hit and hit hard, and probably hit by a couple simultaneously.
Well, little Maxie Joseph looks like he doesn't mind mixing it, so he's in the bottom of that pack. No one able to get clear hand on ball. Uni first at it, courtesy of McGowan. Don't mind him. He doesn't mind throwing himself at it as well. Good, strong tackle there. Ben Adams ends up with the ball. He's now tackled.
Now, does that incident qualify as a potential candidate for the Simon Black Academy Play of the Day?
Not so sure about that, Phil. Ball up. Comes out the back. Tea Tree Gully, can they pick it up? Zach McKay in best position. He's lucky he doesn't get caught holding the ball here. Adams throws himself at it.
And see how much time this has wasted as well.
Yeah, well, we are 14 minutes in. I'm not sure about the
time.
And
that's unofficial, I should add, that time. So, that's probably advantage uni, I would suspect.
Ball slaps forward. Matty Langridge has it. Still got it, Adelaide Uni. Isaac Hewson in best position. He's done a 360, though. He gives it to Chad Shoemakers. And he gets it out of the danger zone, but only as far as the middle of the ground. Oh, that's a strong tackle on Brody Latham. Could have been given a free kick for
a sling in the cricket pitch. Yeah. Oh.
So come out of that, Jaden Blank with a...
Introduced to Adams. Meanwhile, Gullies have it. Now we've got a little bit of open space to Latham, at least as much as there's been in the last 5 minutes. His kick is pinpoint to Personus.
Well played.
And we're going to see a shot on goal with the wind at the back, 40 metres out. And a player of Peter Personos' experience and skill, you think the odds favour him here.
Yeah, and a really nice kick from Brody Latham. What I liked about that was, Phil, he was smart enough to not stay on the same line, so he took off on the right angle, which made it difficult for the guy, uni player, chasing him, and was able to get the kick away under pressure.
So everyone calms down and takes a breath. A big kick in the context of this football game. And Personus has drilled it right down King William Street. And the Gullies get an important one. On the Sports Interactive scoreboard, they go to 6-9-45. The margin out to 22 points. Adelaide Uni 3-5-23. Let's go to Lambo.
Nothing like a bit of banging crashes, boys. Young Language is off from uni, just nursing his head. I think he's got a little bit of ice on it, but he should be okay.
Okay, mate. Well, thanks for that update. Matthew Stent back on the ground, so obviously he wasn't yellow carded. So just the one yellow card out of that, which went to Jaden Martin. The quarter Language has had 5 disposals. Cunningham 6. He's getting into the game. Houston just a little bit quieter this half. 4 disposals, 3 tackles. So lots of tackling. Tea Tree Gully 14 tackles to Uni 9. There's a bit on this game, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, there is. If Uni lose, they stay in relegation risk. You probably didn't hear it at half time down at Unley. Port District's by a point.
Wow.
So I'm sure that the uni boys will want to know that result when it comes through a little bit later on. Penny swung around, got the kick away, and look, the umpire's been consistent with that. If there's a kick or a possession, the umpire said, "Yep, play on."
Nice.
This is Jensen with some beautiful work through the middle of the cricket pitch. Suddenly, space has opened up for uni. Here's the kick inside 50, 3-on-1,
Got the free.
and he might get the free kick, and he has. That's beautifully done by Brad Schiller.
Let's hope he does a bit better with the kick this time, Phil.
Yeah, the last one, well, could he do much worse?
No, he gives a handball to Marini.
Yeah, good idea, although Marini's conversion hasn't been crash shot. Back to Schiller, it's like, I'll kick it, you kick it, no, you kick it. Okay, I'll kick it to the top of the square, where Spence has it, clears it into space, actually finds Jaffa.
Yeah,
He shows a bit of poise. There's a good double fake.
Had to be closer,
Out to
though.
the outer
Edward
side,
Sims.
out of bounds, no deliberate in this league. Throw in.
Edward Sims, if you're watching that game back, mate, you know, the ball's out the far side. You allowed Jaffa to get 10 metres forward of you. You needed to press up and be able to provide a contest if there was a switch in play. Must have made it far too easy for Teacher Gully to be able to clear their D50. You need to have some heat on the far side. Ball up, boundary throw in. Nice again. I tell you what, he's been competitive, Russell Jensen, in the ruck. Teacher Gully first at the ball again, and that's no surprise to see Max Joseph throwing himself at the footy. And we have a ball up. This time it's taken out of the ruck by Blake Penny. Not able to get purchase on a ball. Uni have got the answers. Nice kick from Matty Langridge on the left boot, if you don't mind. That is an absolute beauty. A quick reply from Adelaide Uni certainly keeps their hopes alive, because we still have a strong breeze out there, and we are 18 and a half minutes gone and only one goal for each side for the quarter. Teacher Gully 6-9, Adelaide Uni 4-5.
That on the Sports Interactive scoreboard. And look, since the first quarter when Teacher Gully did have a little bit of domination, we thought maybe not enough, but there was a domination of that first quarter. It has pretty much been a goal-for-goal game.
I think we did call that one right, didn't I, Phil? Matty Langridge?
I'm giving it.
Yep. Nice kick too. Very important goal for Adelaide Uni. The next 5 minutes is where the game's going to be won and lost.
Well, he's certainly out there, and he's back from his knock that he received early. So has been a busy day for the medical staff if your name's Langridge.
Sims first on the ball. Kicks it high in hope more than anything else, because Teacher Gully got all the answers, and Shoemakers, it's not Shoemakers actually, it might be number 15, is it Jaden Blank? Anyway, we're back into right in the middle of the ground, in the slot pit. Nice tackle by William McGowan, who's had a busy quarter. And we are right in the middle of the ground, and there's certainly a bit of feeling between these two teams as Dre Sterling pushes McGowan to the ground. This time better effort in the ruck by Adelaide Uni. Matthew Nielsen might win a free kick. No, the umpire says we'll have another crack at it. Tyler West in good position here as well. Will he come up as a second jumper? He doesn't need to, but he gets the second jump at it here. Takes it. Well stolen by Langridge. Kicks it forward.
Play
Still
on
kept
advantage,
alive.
says the umpire. The advantage. Oh, no, you got to give it. Mark to William Warwick. Too far out to score. Now, this is the big kick. He's just going to bomb it.
Might have done his ankle
Pretty much
too with
does.
Matthew Langridge in the middle of the ground, Phil. He's
Oh, that's
making
not good.
Yeah,
Oh, no, that's
doesn't look good at all.
that's not Langridge. That's Adams, I reckon.
Ah, okay. He's okay. He's running off now.
Yeah, one's got, I'm a bit of a hairstylist these days, as you know, Jacko.
Right.
So one's got the beautiful curly locks, whereas
Yep.
Langridge is a bit more
Yeah.
traditional.
Bit smaller. Language over
Yeah.
the far side there, yep.
You judge a lot of people by their hairstyles. Yeah. So throw in, Fred Block wing.
Just cramp, I think, Phil. Maybe a calf strain.
Yep. Oh, you'd be feeling it a bit now because the ground would be heavy underfoot in certain patches.
Yep.
Another thump from Penny. He's been good all day in that ruck contest. Return serve coming from Uni, riding that boundary line, going out of bounds, and we're pretty much back to where we started. Getting some encouragement from the coach, young Adams
Yeah.
on the sideline.
He's walked a long way, hasn't he, Benny Watkins, to speak to young Ben Adams. Maybe he likes the fact that his name's Ben. We're inside the forward 50 for Uni here. If they can get a goal here, it'll certainly be game on. Got one behind the play, though, from Uni. He's down with the long sleeves. That is, this time it's Matty Langridge.
Jeez.
So they don't need him to be off the ground along with his brother.
I think
Tyler West throws off that tackle beautifully. Can he hit the drop punt? He does. I think that's Dre Sterling with the ball now. It is. And he goes back, shuts down. Now he turns around. He's about 35 metres out from goal. Straight in front. How many's he kicked for the year, Phil? Dre Sterling.
He hasn't come up on my list, actually. He might have a different name, perhaps, than Dre, officially on registrations.
Okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
We've got the little bloke on the mark too. Adelaide Uni should have put a tall on the mark. Here we go. Dre Sterling's waving the ball around a bit. Just doesn't keep it on line and fades to the right-hand side, and that was a chance to really put something on the board, and the margin...
Found him. 5 games without a goal.
Yeah, okay. Well, that would have been his first for the year. It's not. And they remain on 6 goals, 10 behinds. That's 16 scoring shots to Adelaide Uni 9. If Tony Neal was here, he'd be banging on about scoring shots. Oh! But he's not here.
He's
Phil,
up at Athelston, watching the Raggies and the Ramblers. And that's a big battle to stay in the Breakthrough Mental Health Foundation Division 2, because I reckon Ramblers are 9th and Athelston are 8th. And one of the other results that we had at half-time had Salisbury North leading Glenunga, the same Glenunga side we saw last week, by 4 goals.
That was at Salisbury North, I think.
Yes, it is. All righty, Uni are going to clear it, as we will get some scores to you from Div 1 at game's end. They work it nicely. Warwick to Martin. And here's a player who's been very busy early, and if the Uni could get up, he might be in dispatches, William McGowan. His kick, looking for Ed Sims, bounced off the chest. Plenty of black there. William Langridge, good to see he's back up. Oh, Matthew Langridge, sorry. Back to Ed Sims. He's got a straightforward path to goal from the edge of 50 to the top of the goal square. And in the end, the forwards of the Adelaide Uni not up on that occasion. Cameron Tigerman takes the mark.
Oh, I just needed the contest there in the front. 15 metres from from Russell Jensen.
It was put to the spot you'd want, top of the goal square.
Yep. You need to be able to just make a contest and bring the ball to ground. As a result, Gully able to take an uncontested mark. It's unforgivable. And now they find themselves almost out on the centre wing. Tyler West makes a good contest. Have a look at the big fella. Picked it up like it was a ham sandwich. Handball's up forward to Jake Robinson. He hacks it forward. Good contest on this occasion by both players. And
this quarter, high scoring fest. Adelaide Uni have kicked 1 goal 1.
Yes.
Gully have kicked 1 goal 2.
Riveting. The goal umpires are almost at the point of falling asleep at either end of the ground. They certainly not if they're getting paid per goal today, the goal umpires, they'll be getting very little. We're out on the centre wing. Adelaide Uni in best position. Nice pick up. Just a handball forward under pressure. Follows his work up with the soccer. Surprised we haven't seen more of that today. The little jockey handballs it out to Zach McKay. Inboard now. He's going to be under pressure. He gets it away quickly. And a good effort in the end by Jack Asprey.
25 minutes. Adams is still getting attended to with the cramps there.
No sign of Nick Langridge either.
No, we need to see. We'll see what Lambo says about Nick. How he comes out of the huddle. Will he have a top on? Will he be looking like he's ready to play? Will he go and have a jog to warm up?
Well, Lambo needs to get off his chair.
And he's critical.
Lambo?
Langridge. Sorry. And Lambo's critical to us.
He's indeed.
Connor Noonan.
Have a look at the cakes
right now he has the Archie's Player of the Day, or the Summer Black Academy Player of the Day, the Player of the Day, as he's looking in the direction of Schiller. He's set upon.
Langridge has gone down the race, by the way, Phil, so might be getting some medical treatment behind closed doors. A couple of jabs and he'll be back out.
I think he'll play, if he can, his character, he'll play through it, if he can. Dre Sterling with the kick. Lots of black. They've had no problem. They've plenty of possession of the ball, and I reckon when you see some stats at three-quarter time, it might even indicate that Adelaide Uni have had more inside 50s and more clearances and
Here
more of it. There he is now.
Finished for the day. He's got his singlet on. We'll see if we can get it.
Did he go down with the jumper on? Or did he take the jumper off and go down like that?
Well, he's got no jumper on and he's wearing sand shoes, so I'm saying he's finished for the day, Phil, either way.
He's taken the footy boots off. That's a very big sign. You don't take your boots off unless you're done, for sure, Jacko.
Bad loss for Uni in a critical stage. Well, tell you what's been impressive by Uni. They look like they're running on the ground a little bit
freer than Tea Tree Gully at the moment, so if they can get some reward, get one more before quarter time. We're 28 minutes gone, 2.5 goal margin.
Let's go to
Real
Lambo.
quick, Nick Langridge is no further part of the game. Is it head?
Head.
Yep. Concussion
Yep.
protocol. Thank you for that, Lambo.
He's
Good
had
to get
head.
that officially. Lambo, of course, thanks to Villy's Bakery. As the siren has gone for three-quarter time, a very low-scoring contest. As mentioned, Tea Tree Gully scored 1 goal 2. Adelaide Uni scored 1 goal 1. On our Sports Interactive scoreboard, it's the Gully 6-10-46, 17 points in front of Adelaide Uni, 4-5-29. The goal scorers, Peter Persinos has probably been the difference with 3 goals, as Jacko's off to find the food again. Isaac Houston with 2 and Tyler West with 1. All individual goal scorers for the Blacks, William Warwick, Connor Noonan, Matthew Langridge and Kyle Martin. We'll take a break. Zambo will give us the latest from the huddles. Jacko will give us a food review and the Dartfish stats, and we'll be back with the final quarter. This is the Adelaide Footy League. Thanks to Filming Footy.
Check out Catch, where everyday Aussies get what they need for less. Like mixed joggers, Bill's Gate, Sarah Jessica's Parker, and Kim's Kardashian. For all the brands they love, everyday Aussies, check out Catch.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
So the Simon Black Academy is in 4 states. It's a 3-pillared program. So one is the education component through the Torrens University. Second one is the development of their AFL skills, helping their player to become the best player they can possibly be. But the third one is, as you mentioned, a leadership and growth program. So it's an academy that combines both education and Australian rules football. A perfect opportunity for kids who like football. They get exposed to AFL coaches, mentoring, but they also get their hand held as they do a university degree. So the first 12 months is a diploma in sports management elite, and if the students elect to stay on for a further 2 years, they end up doing what's called a bachelor in business management with a sports focus. Based out of Norwood Oval for a couple of days a week in the Arc at Campbelltown. Yeah, it's a fantastic program. So for anyone out there who's interested in getting on board, loves football, extend your education with a Torrens University degree, feel free, check out the website simonblack.com.au.
Justin's Timber Rake, Celine's Dijon, Sylvester's Cologne, and Kate's Blanket. For everything they need, everyday Aussies, check out Catch.
And welcome back. Thanks to Filming Footy. It's lemon time on our Sports Interactive scoreboard. Tea Tree Gully needing a win to ensure they're in the 5 at the end of the round, lead Adelaide University by 17 points. Let's go boundary side to Craig Lambert.
Just quickly, boys, went over to Tea Tree Gully. That quarter, they fell down in 2 main areas, stoppages and inside 50s. Now, if they increase that, they'll be up there. Their tackling's been good, okay, but when Uni get the momentum and go forward, that's where Tea Tree Gully got to be better. Hey, look, I'll tell you what, if Uni gets a few first goals early, we've got game on. Otherwise, Tea Tree Gully by 4 or 5. But your call, boys, keep it going.
Staying with the original tip, I think, Craig and you, and the only person who tipped Adelaide Uni was me. Let's have a quick look at the stats.
Actually, I haven't even looked to see who you tipped in the normal
Inside 50s, Adelaide Uni 11-5. I said they had all of the ball. Turnovers, unfortunately, were in their favour as well. Tackles, 17 apiece, surprisingly enough. It looked like Tea Tree Gully were all over him in that department. The clearances continued along the same lines as the second quarter. The other part they did really well that quarter was the marking the ball, 14-8. Free kicks, 12-5 in favour of Union. The Tea Tree Gully supporters around us, they'll start screaming for revenge, won't they, Phil?
If you looked at those stats without knowing the score, you'd say it's a close game or Adelaide Union in front.
Yep.
They're not. They've got work to do, but have the breeze. Let's get into it with Sean Jackson.
Stent off the half-back line, courtesy of Shoemakers, puts it to Personos. Nice mark. He lays it to Hewson. All their guns starting well. Hewson towards Tyler West. I'll back him here. A terrific effort by Adelaide Uni in the end just to get in the way. And he looks like he may have hurt himself. Number 22 there for 15 for Tea Tree Gully has got it. It's a free kick, paid advantage, and Jaden Blank scores first blood of the quarter to Tea Tree Gully. But I tell you, it was all the cream rising to the top there. Phil out of the middle. It was Dylan Shoemakers to Matthew Stent to Peter Personos to Tyler West. All the stars are up and about the start of the quarter, Phil.
So there's Houston on our Simon Black Academy replay. Yes, and I love the little intelligent tap forward, keep it alive. And one of the first snaps we've seen didn't particularly work, but the second one you couldn't argue with. And you've given that one to Jaden Blank.
Well, the coach has asked for a lift around the ball, and we got that, the first one from Tea Tree Gully. But now Adelaide Uni have got a chance to make amends. They turn the ball over, and have a look at Stent charging again off the half-back line. They're going to have to do something about him, Adelaide Uni. It's now just outside of the 50. This could be holding the ball if the Uni player doesn't push it out. He drags it back in. We're a bit more accommodating in this league than in the AFL. That would have been holding the ball 3 times against Stefan Jankovic, but he plays it beautifully. Umpire throws the ball up. Over the back, Shoemakers, only as far as language. Matthew Variety, of course, his brother, no longer playing. And that kick there from, was that number 11, Jake Robinson, who kicked the ball in? It was, yes, and he's hit Tyler West up. And as I said, Phil, when the game's on the line, you want your best players to stand up. And the first, 2 minutes into the quarter,
I reckon this is the game.
You'd hope that the coach might have said something to his better players at 3/4 time. Boys, we need a lift, and a lift is what they've got.
It's a 23-point margin.
Tyler West kicks this, and it's good night, Irene. Straight in front almost. He has nailed that, and they get around him as they should, the Tea Tree Gully boys. And the Uni boys now be starting to say to themselves, oh, we're in trouble.
Was I involved in that, Melly? How much am I forking out during the week? Yeah.
Lambo called it early, didn't he, at 3/4 time? He said if they got the first couple, it could be a 5 or 6 goal margin.
That's always it when you know, they had the runs on the board at the start of the final quarter, to use a cricket analogy again. And they've just taken a couple of quick wickets of Adelaide Uni with the breeze. And, well, it's going to take something quite remarkable from here, but still time, if good enough. And Uni are trying to get the clearance, and they'll do so with Adams through a couple of sockers forward. Martin picks up, taps to himself, needs a bit of space to pick it up. He's done very well to win that one-on-one battle. Work himself around, kick towards the hot spot. Where's the man in black? Too far behind.
Stent again.
Was Ballard, Ballard's gone the long sleeves, I reckon.
This is Stent's third D50 possession in the first 3 minutes.
Well, you got to select the most valuable player, and I reckon he would be right up there.
Yeah, we can't give it to him again, Phil.
No, that's true.
He's got a room full of beanies.
You disqualify
Here he is again. Oh, he's dropped that one. He's just dropped the beanie.
That's just... No, we got to share. Oh, there's a nice kick around the body by Schiller. Probably deserved better, but it's a behind Adelaide Uni's first score of the quarter.
Brad Schiller trying to kick the miracle. Wasn't too far away, was he? So Joshua Spencer's got to go a long way back to get that ball. It's almost back in the middle of the cricket pitch. Need to press up now, Uni. They really can't play a D50 game. They've really got to try and lock the ball inside their forward 50. If they're any chance of winning the game, they need to change what they've been doing and play a front half game. So in looking around, I can see that that's what they've done. They've pushed their players up the ground. So this is where they need the contest. Here. This one here is really important. Good punch. Goes to forward. Teacher Gully, Shoemakers, does it well. Kicks it out the far side. Good contest. 15 v 31. 31 nearly gets his head ripped off. Personoffs for Teacher Gully ends up with the ball. Hits it out towards Latham. And he's actually won a free kick there. Bit lucky. Kicks into Tyler West. And look, he's in good position again. West. Oh. Wowie. Charlie Parsons just could not get contact on that ball. And hard player to push out the way is Tyler West, and one of the most improved players in the Teacher Gully side, I would have thought.
So he's got a beanie as well, so he's out of the running.
Yep. That's right, we gave him best on ground. Was that here?
Brighton.
Brighton was too, yeah.
Meanwhile, if we have a look to our left, there's a Adelaide Uni player coming up. I'll watch that, you watch the kick.
Tyler West for 2 in a row for the quarter. And he has nailed it. And he is coming of age as a footballer. There's no question about that. It pushes Teacher Gully out to, I think that's 9 goals, 10. Adelaide Uni, 4 goals, 6. Craig Lambert.
Good start by Teacher Gully, running hard, and also that 48 points is looking good at the moment.
Damien Cunningham just came off on the shoulders of the trainers, not through the interchange gates, which, if I understand the rules here, his day is done. And if his day is done, Adelaide Uni are down to 1 on the bench.
Yeah, it's probably the worst player in the side you'd want to lose, Damien Cunningham.
And Nick Langridge.
Yep, the best 2 players, clearly. Over a long journey, probably 5 or 6 years, both of them. Cunningham racked up his 100th. Houston gets it. Stand again, charging off the heart. He is a man desperate to get another beanie, but he turns that one over. And that was Matt Langridge. Kicks to the wing. Nice mark taken there.
So plenty of prizes up for stakes in Lambo's post-game
Connor Noonan
presentation.
Kicks it, doesn't waste any time. Should get a free kick, I reckon, this player in front of goal. He does, but the umpire's called play on, and why wouldn't you when number 17, William McGowan, kicks his first of the game? No, he doesn't. The umpire's going to bring it back, but I tell you what, William McGowan's impressed me, Phil. He's a beauty.
Yep. He's I'm not sure whether he landed in something else brown other than mud today, because he's been given a fair bit of space by Teacher Gully at different times.
Yep, so the ball's gone back to Brad Schiller, and look, it's fair to say that Brad Schiller's kicking for goal hasn't...
Yep. Watch out if you're in the line enclosure.
Yep.
Because that's around about where it might end up.
This is the giraffe.
Do they still have the line enclosure at the zoo? I can't remember.
I'm not sure. 45-degree angle. No real pressure. If they get any chance, he needs to nail this, that is for sure. And he does. Kicks it. Truly makes a mockery out of fabulous Phil.
That's it. I know the secret now. Pay the player out before they kick it. Crack a joke, and they'll slot it right down King William Street.
All right, couple of jockeys. Ty Jaffa and Dre Sterling coming back on the ground for Tea Tree Gully.
Well, so now it goes on the Sports Interactive scoreboard to 5-8-38 as we have a look at the lead-up play, or the kick. It's the one you could pretty much put in the textbook.
Yeah, nice kick, wasn't it? Beautiful. Right through the middle.
Pretty much saw that light pole behind and went straight for it. And we do thank the Simon Black Australian Rules Academy for their support of the broadcast. That goal makes it 26 points. 20 minutes to go. Maybe, just maybe.
Yeah, they need everything to go right. Ryan Marini has it. Comes out of the centre square. Ball looks very muddy, and charging at it with the long sleeves from Teacher Gully. He's been good in the defence is Jaden Blank. He follows up his work. goes towards the half-forward line. Good battle one-on-one. The umpire's given away paid a free kick to the man who got yellow carded earlier on. He's quickly up, and I speak, of course, of Jaden Martin. He's up quickly, kicks it in the direction of Brodie Latham, and the umpire's found a free kick to Uni. Now they come into the centre corridor. They need to take some risks and play on. They do. Matty Langridge, the left footer, does it nicely. Now they come into the corridor, in towards William Warwick. If he could get a bit more of the ball, he could be an important player. Sims, who's a top-up player for the Adelaide Crows, butchers that kick, but wow, that was a good tackle by Connor Noonan.
How'd you know who that was?
I think I've got sitting alongside the Connor Noonan cheer squad up here. Doesn't give himself a lot of room, Phil.
No, he doesn't. Kicked it to where there was 3 greys, 1 black. Surprisingly, Teacher Gully have won that, and they found some space to Jaden Martin. Normally 17, wearing 7 today just to try and put us off, but Lambo was up to the task and warned us of the change. Brodie Latham in front of the Adelaide booth.
Well done.
The kick beautifully done. I think this is Hamish. It is Hamish Wallace. Lovely Scottish name. But only as far as a couple of Gullies boys. They'll return serve, and it's now back to kick. I mean, could William Warwick have been more alone? But he's found young Langridge in Matthew. Back to Martin of Tea Tree Gully's variety. Into some space there. Half a chance if the ball bounces right. It does. Good tackle attempt. Marini was up for it. Goes for the hot spot. Who's there for Adelaide Uni? The answer is no one. Gullies have it, and they will clear.
I think Ryan Marini was trying to do a Mitch Marini, wasn't he? Trying to do the pirouette twice and kick the goal.
That was a nice goal
that his brother
against the
did
Jets.
a couple of weeks ago. Nothing doing though. Tea Tree Gully have the ball. They're at the far side of the ground. Nice forward thrust by Adelaide Uni, without the result they were looking for.
Don't forget to see first the goals and marks of the weeks behind the posts. No, between the posts.
Cameron, you reckon you'd know by now. Cameron Tiggerman has the ball out the far side. Got some blokes in the centre corridor. The ruckman Blake Penny's there. He kicks it to him beautifully. He now continues out the fat side towards... we've got a mental blank there, Phil. To Jaden Martin. He kicks it. Have a look at this bloke. He is on fire, Tyler West.
Yeah.
That are 3 marks I can think of this quarter in the first 11 minutes of the quarter.
And I don't think he played this role against Brian. I think he played further up the ground.
He did, yeah. He's been pushed a bit deeper.
Oh, how's this? Houston comes off the bench, gets the hand pass, and probably needed a little bit more time to get his compass reset.
Yeah.
How's that come off the bench?
He likes the handball received, doesn't he?
He does. And, give West some credit for the teamwork. But that would have been audacious.
It was almost like it was a set play by Tea Tree Gully then.
That's it.
Something that Coach Justin Machado works on with them during the week.
Well, I'll tell you what, they might practice it now.
Yes.
Got potential.
Wallace out the far side. They're in the corridor. Stefan Jankovic goes to Sims. That's the Edward variety. He comes back in the middle, back to Matty Langridge. Now they're going all over the shop. They really need to take a bit of a risk here. Last week they got beat by 20 goals. It won't happen this week, but they're better off losing by 5 than keeping it close. So here we go. That's nice by Ben Adams. Hacks it forward. Marini is in good position here, but so is the Tea Tree Gully defence, although in the end, Cameron
He could have just taken a step to the right and no one would have said boo.
Yep, I think there's a few uni people there saying boo, mate, because that was right in front of the coach's box. Can't see big bowler Benny Watkins. He might be sitting down.
Making some notes. Of course, these two teams get next week off. As we have the bye. And talk about games. Next week, the defending champs, Goodwood Saints, head to Park 9, where visiting teams have been absolutely destroyed this year against the favourites, Prince Alfred. But here's the favourite today. Gully's going right down the corridor.
Tyler West again here. Tyler West.
No.
Is that a mark?
No, well,
is that a mark?
Didn't go 15. Man on the mark can't be because he's on the mark.
Well, if he went back 15,
zero.
if he went back 15 and kicked it, it's a mark.
No, it's not because it's measured from the man on the mark, isn't it?
Nah, it's got to be the length of the kick.
I take your point.
Anyway, it doesn't matter because William Ballard has it into the corridor.
You can tell where the stage of the game is at, can't you?
Yes, we're looking for all sorts of peculiarities. Matty Langridge has been busy. Does it well. Kicks it to Ben Adams. Have a look at the 3 long sleeve blokes all in a row there. 6, 13 and 7. He whacks it forward, but...
They need 2 quick ones before time on to make it interesting.
Yeah, all Tea Tree Gully there. Jack Asprey out the far side. Zach McKay into Hewson, into the corridor now. They've done that well today. Now they straighten up. Personos overruns the ball.
Look, Personos, well, I have a feeling Personos might be getting something because I got to choose, and sometimes I choose, which helps you free you up to choose something else.
Okay.
And Personos's goal at the moment is leading the way for the play of the day.
Just got a message. My son's got a broken tibia from early in the day, which is great news.
I thought something was up when you came in.
All right, so Jack Keys lays it out the far side.
Did you ever have that in your footballing time?
Never, ever.
What was the worst injury you copped?
Oh God, how long you got?
The worst, Jacko.
The worst.
Broken tibia would be pretty hard to beat, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, I never had a broken leg.
So you're going to be driving him around for a while by the sounds of it?
Yeah. Anyway, we're at the far side. Yeah. Throw in. We are 14, 15 minutes gone.
It's taking a while this quarter.
It's going to be very hard for you Uni to get back from here.
But there's time. And they're having the inside 50s.
They are.
We saw the Dartfish stats at 3/4 time. They had dominated the inside 50s and have got 5 goals out of it.
Well, Lee Matthews' theory is as long as there's more minutes than there is goals needed, you're a chance. And so they're 4 goals down and there's more than 4 minutes to play. So Tea Tree Gully have the ball though, so it's going to be hard for Uni to win if Tea Tree Gully have got the ball, Phil. They're outside 50.
Can't win if you can't score, and you can't score if you ain't kicking the ball.
Yep, and it's Robinson who kicks towards Personos. I mean, pretty solid, hasn't he?
We've got the fans that know we're on TV waving to us. That's lovely. Thank you, folks.
Tyler, where?
Sitting on the bench in the front of the away hut.
Okay.
There's a lovely weather for ducks and birds, and Lambo's got the lakeside view this afternoon.
He's doing a bit of chatting too with Tyler West and Dylan Shoemakers, who of course both were winners of their awards when we last did them at Brighton. Adelaide Uni now. William Warwick. If he could find more of the ball, we'd be very important to Adelaide Uni. That's a good contested mark taken by Tea Tree Gully. Not paid, but a bit stiff there, Jaden Blank. So, a lull in proceedings. Zach McKay off, Brody Latham back on. Uni first hands on the ball. Can they take it away from the stoppage? They can. Charlie Parsons hacks it forward. No one able to take it for Uni. Tea Tree Gully under no real pressure run the ball out of bounds.
And this suits Tea Tree Gully beautifully.
Yep.
Just the clock slowly but surely becoming their friend. And I'm just wondering if there's a spot of rain out there. Just because that water in front of Lambo was sort of reverberating a bit.
The ripple on the water, Phil.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the footy.
Please.
As hard as it is at the moment.
Please.
Adelaide Uni back inside 50. And Tea Tree Gully, that was great work, I think, by McKay to get it out. Let me check who that was.
Gee, I tell you what, William McGowan's put his hands up at the umpires as if to say, what's going on there? And it's a fair call because he certainly was manhandled there without the ball and unlucky not to win a free kick. But let it go, William. Let it go.
So it's a throw-in. Adelaide Uni's side of centre wing. Nielsen will play rover, and he's found a target. And maybe this is the start of the greatest comeback of all time, or at least in the history of Dartfish broadcasts, filming footy.
Let's call it, Phil.
All right, it's got to pick up the player first. I reckon it might be Marini.
Yeah, it's Marini. Yeah, can they win from here?
Oh, well,
call it.
Time is enough. No, I'm not going to call it. I tipped Tea Tree Gully to win, and I still think they are pretty good odds. But can Uni keep it interesting? Marini had a couple of set shots early. Had he made those, what difference could that have made? From 40 metres out. And the tough one on the hardest angle of the day, he dobs. Ain't that always the way, Jacko? Miss the one straight in front. Get the tricky ones. You ever think about that because we're going to go down to Lambo.
Boys, the sting's gone out the game now at the moment, but, for Adelaide Uni, if they can kick a few more and make a bit more of a go of it, we'll see what happens in the last 5 minutes.
Oh, he's given up on Uni, Craig Lambert has. They're only 3 goals behind with about 8 minutes to play. He's written them off. 18 and a half minutes gone. Marini seals the deal. And they are 5-8 trailing Tea Tree Gully 9-11. Is that 4 goals the margin, Phil, is it?
It was 27. It's now, no, it just hasn't been added yet.
Right, scoreboard.
So, Sports Interactive scoreboard 6-8-38 to 9-11. So,
Nice.
6-8-44, 9-11, 65.
Nice throw.
21 points.
Nice throw, and Kyle Martin hacks it forward. Tell you what, if they get a quick one here, we'll all be up and about. They don't.
Well, as soon as they could get 2 before time on, they've got 1 and they've got a minute to go before we hit time on. Quarters have been going about 25 minutes. We haven't exactly had a avalanche of goals, except a little bit in the second quarter. From the 50, they're trying to go forward, but they got it now. Hand pass out is a chance. Noonan from 50. He wants the off break this time. He had the leg break before. He got a little bit of an offie too, but not enough for the second freak goal of the day. It's a behind that edges the Blacks that little bit closer.
Well, you've got to give them credit. They haven't tossed it away, have they? You know, the first couple out of the centre square at the start of the quarter didn't go their way, but they haven't given up completely, Uni. Still in this game.
It's 3 goals to the difference, 45, 6-9 to 9-11, Sports Interactive scoreboard.
Yep.
And chances are if they get the 3, those couple of points somehow get added as well.
Good punch there.
Ooh, Martin goes in hard, but fair. Ball up.
9-6 inside 50s in favour of Uni this quarter, but the turnovers are what's killed them, Phil. 11 turnovers this quarter. Big fella in the ruck gets it. Ooh. Now Connor Noonan has it. Kicks it out in front of Marini.
Ooh.
But in best position was Tea Tree Gully.
The
Unlead Jets.
Port District game has ended early due to an incident.
Oh, what sort of incident, Phil?
This is where I'm asking.
You've opened up all sorts of possibilities. All right, so we're back inside the forward 50 doing all the attacking. He's paid holding the ball, our umpire. Loved his game today. Benny Adams. Or is it Connor Noonan? The people up here don't know the difference. Oh, it's Benny Adams. I think I called it right. He's laid it off to Matty Langridge. Long, wide. Just need someone to get under this. Oh, Tea Tree Gully got all the answers. All the answers.
And they won't concede anything either.
No.
Okay, I've sent the text. What was the incident? Who was in front? Hopefully we'll get a reply soon.
Righto, let's get a goal at Adelaide Uni here. I tell you what, we'll have all the punters on the edge of the seats. Tea Tree Gully do the discipline thing. Hit it through for a point, and that's a premiership point because that's Adelaide Uni out to 6 goals 9, I think, to Tea Tree Gully 9-11. 3 goals 2, 20-point margin. What did you pick them before the game, Phil? What margin did you pick?
I reckon I picked 18.
Yeah, well, you're 2 points off. Not good enough. You've got to be better than that. You work on your game. It's not over yet, though. You can still get there.
I reckon I'm looking pretty good.
Just need 2 more points from Uni. And
I reckon Tea Tree Gully have almost shut shop and said we can defend our way out of this, and I'm not totally sure this far out. 22 minutes, man, might be right. 3 or 4 minutes of game time left. Long kick, Noonan with the fly. The only one going with him was Jensen. They sort of put each other off to a certain extent.
Do they call Jensen the interceptor?
No, that's Langridge.
Oh.
Nick Langridge, surely.
Jensen, the interceptor car I'm talking about. Come on, Phil. Stay with me.
Okay. Anyway, this is Hewson. Goes long. First time we've seen it down this end of the ground for a little while. But Adelaide Uni are pretty good, quick on the rebound. This is Samnord. On to Jankowicz. Kicks it towards the 50-metre arc. It's a loose ball. But Gullies pick it up. Kick to space. And Jaffa back in the side this week. Has a chance to roll it down the outside ring.
Roll it down the aisle as you used to do in the old days at the pictures of the Jaffas, Phil.
Back when you used to be able to go to movies.
Yep.
When still waiting for Top Gun Maverick, James Bond's coming out. One day, one year.
Good centering ball to Matthew Nielsen. He now comes to Kyle Martin. Oh, it's over the top.
Chance here.
Take a Charlie Parsons, I think, in best position. Will be a one-handed pickup if he can take it.
We've got an injured Gully player.
It was actually William Ballard, and Tea Tree Gully player hurt behind the ball. Matthew Stemp went over to see if he was alive. He said, yes, I am, and then casually walked off and said, you're on your own then, champ.
Yeah.
I've got a game to win.
Can you get up? No, okay, stay there.
I have to get Lambo's thoughts on... Yes, Craig.
Yeah, young Cameron Tigerman from Tea Tree Gully's landed badly on his back. So we'll see how he goes. He's in the trainer's hands now, boys.
Righto, the Tigger man.
Stretcher was out, but I don't think it's going to be needed because he's up.
Doesn't look all that well, I must say.
Does he know which way the bench is?
Good kid, Cameron.
does.
Good
That's a good
Teatree Gully
sign.
family. His mum and dad will be here for sure. They are one of the few Teatree Gully people that are prepared to travel.
He's a state. I'm sure I caught him in a state game a couple of years ago.
Yes, he played in the state game.
Was that one you coached?
Yep. Good kid. Played a couple of years out at North Adelaide. Craig's going to go and interview him now as he comes off the ground.
No, that's a step over the line. You got that line, Lambo. Stay behind it to the side. Actually, we do, Jacko. It's 24 minutes. We have to think of our winners.
Right.
For Lambo. Oh, I've got mine. I've got Peter Personos's goal.
Oh, I was going to give him the OG. I think he's been pretty good, Personos.
Cut your lunch.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he wins both and Lambo just has one to interview.
Houston's first half was very good. He's just
or Penny and Ruck.
Yeah, Penny. How's Houston's stats this quarter, Lockie? 6. What's that for the game?
All right, we're just getting some statistical confirmation for Jacko to make his
looking for a winner.
Most important decision he has to do all day.
Right. How many? 26 touches
your
to language.
Your decision will live in perpetuity, mate.
To Houston. It's not all about
Goes
statistics.
on social media.
Everybody seems to think it's all about statistics.
Well, they help.
Blake Penny was good, but clearances have been won by Uni since the start of the second quarter.
Jankovic gets it on to language. They are still playing this game, I should add, although at the 25-minute mark, a 20-point margin is too far. Interesting run ahead for the Gullies, who with this win will stay in the 5, and I think they even their record at 7-7. Next 2 games, they host Prince Alfred College in 2 weeks' time, and then Goody Saints. They travel to Goodwood in 3 weeks' time, so that's a tough 2 weeks, and they'll need that buffer. Adelaide Uni.
Good goal.
Nice goal.
Louis Parker, was it?
We'll get the Simon Black replay to just confirm that number. It is getting slightly dark here, or at least that's the excuse I'm going to use.
Yes.
As we wait.
We
for
get
this.
anything back on the Unley Jets game?
Not yet. I'll check my messages in a sec. Here's your Simon Black replay. Call it home, Jacko. I'll check my text.
Yeah, I think it's Louis Parker that finishes with the ball here, but I'll stand corrected, or if I'm wrong. Oh, he's called it beautifully. Faint on the inside and finished with a very ordinary kick, but it went through the middle, and that's all you got to do. Louis Parker, that's probably...
All right, so it's a player issue that they've possibly had.
Player hurt?
This is more like possibly a seizure.
Right, okay.
On the ground, so possibly that Port District's game has been called due to a medical incident on the field.
Well, hopefully the player's not too bad, Phil.
Hopefully the player's not too bad. The result will sort out in due course once that player is well looked after.
Back to a 14-point game here, and Adelaide Uni have a free kick in the centre of the ground. Joshua Sims bangs it in long. Got in now. Time is of the essence. Can Louis Parker take another mark and tick second in a row? He doesn't.
14
they keep it alive
margin.
beautifully. Teatree Gully through Isaac Hewson. He just keeps wanting to be the Dartfish man of the match. Kyle Martin in good position here. Marks it.
He has absolutely no seconds to waste.
No, he's going to have to go long. Well, it doesn't look great long. It's all Teatree Gully there. And forced through. Margin 13 points.
Yes. 2 goals, 1. You think this is the longest quarter we've had for the day. And what have we had? Adelaide Uni have actually kicked along a bit. They've kicked 3 goals, 5. They'll rue that. Teatree Gully have kicked 3 goals, 1. It's 11 points. Okay, the official keepers of such things are telling me it's 11. Yes, it is 11.
11 points difference.
Okay, let me go and get that adjusted. Jacko, you call the game.
Marini kicks it out to space for Sims. He's got plenty of space here if he can pick it up. He does. Would love to have seen him have a shot for goal there, but Houston is in the best position. He handballs the ball. The Showmakers, but only as far as Connor Noonan. Oh, he takes the bloke on the mark. Has a bounce. Who would have thought anyone would have bounced today? Oh, he just doesn't get it. And guess who? The Dartfish man of the match, Isaac Houston. Ever since I mentioned, he hasn't stopped.
He's had a couple of really good defensive rebounds.
Yep. And that is out of bounds, I think.
Which suits Tea Tree Gully beautifully. It's officially, we've confirmed it's 11-point margin.
Just had 2 opportunities there going inside forward 50 and just butchered both of them, really, Uni. So would have made it interesting if they scored one of them, because the siren is due any tick of the clock. Good tackle by the big fella Penny, who's been very good today. And they go head-to-head again. Over the top comes Marini. Hits it towards space. Zach McKay in good position. Gets it out the back. Oh, and once again, Tea Tree Gully we can go out of bounds. And Craig Lambert.
Long quarter, boys, 29 minutes. I can't see no timekeeper. I don't know how much time to go.
They're right next to us, chatting away.
Timekeepers are up here.
They've got the control of it. Everyone's looking up, actually.
Settle down, you punters. The Tea Tree Gully people are on the edge of their seats.
Get involved in a punch-up, we'll be fine.
I don't think they can hang on. They've lost it.
Yeah.
I think the margin is pretty safe, Phil.
Well, they've kept it interesting. There's nothing else. And there were times when Tea Tree Gully looked like they were going to get a percentage booster. It's turned out to be anything but. Ruck tap to Stent. He's been good. He's just got everybody else out the way. Kicked into space. This is going to waste another 15 seconds. And they didn't even need to waste that much. Game has been run and done. Tea Tree Gully have come to University and have taken the points. The final score on the Sports Interactive scoreboard, an 11-point win. The Gullies 9-10-64, Adelaide University 7-11-53. Jacko has relayed instructions to Lambo. We now wait with great anticipation to see who comes back. In that final quarter, Adelaide University kicked 3 goals 6, and it's Tea Tree Gully kicked 3 goals straight. And therein tells a tale of where some of the stats indicate Adelaide University maybe didn't take. So earlier today, Adelaide Uni won the C's from memory. Should have written it down. Tea Tree Gully won the B's narrowly.
Yep.
And they got the chocolates with the A's by 11 points. Umpires coming off today. I think they've done a pretty
They've earned their money today. She got a bit fiery on occasions, didn't it?
You know, I think they called the frees that were there. They certainly let the player with the ball get a decent chance to get rid of it. Lost a little bit of control, but let's give kudos where it's due. Once they had that chat with the captains, that was it.
Yeah.
It calmed down considerably.
Yeah.
So
no, that was good. It was
kudos to the umpires, and further to that, kudos to the captains, and they've all shaken hands nicely. Everybody's a friend, and I'm not sure if they'll go back to Tea Tree Gully for prezos. It's a fair trip. Maybe they'll have a drink or two here.
I'm not sure we've called a Tea Tree Gully loss, have we?
No, 3 out of 3.
3 out of 3. Justin Machado will be asking us to do their game every week.
Yeah. Reminder, our broadcast next week is from just down the road at Park 9. It'll be a cracker. Top of the ladder, Prince Alfred Old Collegians against the defending champs, the Goodwood Saints. Lambo has done a brilliant... He does this so well.
Couple of ex-Norwood teammates too, Phil.
That's it.
Played a little bit of footy together at Norwood.
Yep, and Lambo's just giving away the prizes. Of course, we do thank our sponsors, the Moseley Bar and Kitchen, provide a lovely voucher. Archie's with the sandals. The iconic Dartfish beanie, Powerade, and we do thank Simon Black Academy for the sponsorship. Let's have a quick look at the play of the day, as Lambo does the sponsorship duties of taking the photos here, thanks to the Simon Black Academy. It was early on. It was Peter Persinos who pretty much took a ball. In fact, this is Houston, who was our MVP, showing him in action. Let's go down to the field to Lambo.
Boys, and we got young Peter Persinos. So, Pete, can you remember the player today?
Which was the goal at the start of the game?
Yes.
It was. Yeah, so well done. And I think you let the public know a little bit about the ABC.
Yeah, well, have to, don't you?
Yeah. Very good win at the end by Tea Tree Gully, mate. You happy with it?
What's that, sorry?
Very good win.
Yeah, it's a good win. We wanted to win by more, but we let them back in the game. But it's always good to get a victory, keeping us in the 5th spot, hopefully.
And mate, we gave you a $100 voucher, mate. So we'll see you at the Moseley soon. What up, matey?
Perfect. Have a good one.
You too.
Mate.
Thanks, mate.
Yes, Peter Persnos, well deserved.
Isaac Houston, best on ground today. Great game, matey.
Thanks, mate.
You can speak a bit louder, mate. You should be very happy, and well done. 29 touches, mate. So great effort in and under. And how do you feel?
Yeah, I feel good. Tough game, pretty physical. They brought it, so it's good to get the win.
Well done, mate. And that keeps you in the 5.
Yep.
You've got some tough games coming up, so you got to keep the momentum going. Yes.
Yeah. It was definitely one we needed to win. So looking forward to the next few weeks. Hopefully, you get a few more wins.
Well done. I expect to wear your beanie to work. Thank Powerade, and also enjoy your Archies, mate. Back to you boys up there. Well done.
Well done, Lambo, and well done, Isaac Houston and Peter Persnos. So they both win Dartfish Man of the Match, and Matty Stent comes off the ground. He's going, what about me? And probably rightfully so, Phil. Why didn't you choose Matty Stent?
For play of the day, what was the particular play?
No,
he could
have figured in either, couldn't he?
And look, we like to share the joy.
Yeah, exactly.
Share the joy, and Lambo's making new friends each and every week. That's what we want to see.
Yes.
Final score. It was Adelaide University 7-11-53. Came back with 3 goals, 6 in the final quarter. They won. That was the only quarter they won all day, but it wasn't enough. Tea Tree Gully into the breeze, kicked too early and won a little bit later on to win 9-10-64. A win that'll take Tea Tree Gully to 7-7 with 4 games to go. In the 5.
We've got a St. Peter's result.
St. Peter's, next week.
Next week.
Yeah. We'll put you on hold and come back next week. And we don't know Port Districts and Unley. That sounds like something a little bit tragic might have occurred there. Alrighty, Dartfish stats shouldn't be too far away as the crowd mingles. Where do you think Jacko game was won and lost today?
Oh, look, I think when the game was on the line, the start of the last quarter, Tea Tree Gully had been beaten convincingly for the second and third quarter around the ball in the clearances, even though Blake Penny was giving him first look at it. They were beaten in the clearances and beaten in the inside 50. So the start of the last quarter, it was going to be whether the good players can step up. And as we look at the Simon Black Academy replay for, is this Persnos' goal early in the game, is it?
This is Houston's.
This is Houston, yep. Going back to what you asked, the start of the last quarter, the first couple of minutes, game on the line, they were just able to, the good players, Matthew Stent came charging off the half-back line, Houston in the middle, Persnos up front, they all linked together, goal with inside 2 minutes, and then they put another one on. Tyler West's first 10 minutes of the last quarter was exceptional, and, when the game was there to be won, they were just too good.
I agree, Jack and Phil. The last 10 minutes, Uni had a really good dip, and I know it's a long quarter, but another few minutes anything could happen. But overall, Tea Tree Gully was strong in a lot of areas, and they adjusted to what they had to do to get the win on the board, Jack.
Yeah, a couple of bad injuries too to Adelaide Uni obviously didn't help. Nick Langridge had a very, very good game before coming off in a bit of a nasty incident. Damien Cunningham came off late. Early in that last quarter, which obviously didn't help as well. But yeah, you're right, Craig. They kept at it all day, Adelaide Uni, and they can take some solace out of that. But at the end of the day, the chocolates go to the winners and the losers can please themselves, Craig.
Spot on, Sean. Look, I like a few of the youngsters from Adelaide Uni who are coming through.
Yep.
I like young Joshua Sims.
Yes.
And like number 25, I think he's got a lot going for him too. And young Russell Denson did all right. And William McGowan, he's a real goer, isn't he?
He is a lot.
He likes it.
Yeah, I like the looks of young William McGowan. And just, he's a beauty. Just probably lacked a little bit up the front in the air, didn't they, in the forward 50. No one there who could take a command of the game. You look at the other end of the ground, mate. What was it, Tyler West, when the game was on the line, he took those 3 marks, 3 shots a goal in the last quarter, and Adelaide Uni didn't have that player, did they, down their end?
I think you're spot on, Jack. I reckon I even said that to you just before half time.
You did, yeah.
The ball went in there a lot, it came out easy, and they didn't really have that winning foot. Marini, when he was off the ball, they looked for him a lot. He only can do so much. Look, in the off-season, if they can pick up 1 or 2 big guys in the forward, they'll go, a lot more in their football.
Well, it's going to be a challenge for them to hang on and hang into Division 1, but no club's done it better than Adelaide Uni over the last 10 years. Each time you think they're about to get relegated, somehow they manage to hold on to 8th spot. I'm not sure where today's game puts them on the ladder, given that it's a a split round. We won't know the true results till the end of next week, but on the back of today, Phil, how are they looking?
Well, next week they travel to Paynham, so that's a tricky one.
Who do?
Sorry, not next week, the next game, 2 weeks' time. Then they host Brighton and travel to Port District. So you think there's 3 teams that might get relegated in that 9th spot, Brighton, Port District, Uni. Bottom line is Uni control their destiny.
Yep.
Forget Paynham, forget their last game against Goody Saints. If they beat both Brighton and Port District, they should be remaining in Div 1 in 2022.
In 8th spot.
Keeping up with tradition.
Hey boys, just heard something on the boundary line. Near the end of the game, a gentleman came out to me, did you hear about the Unley game? And they actually had to stop the game because a young lad from Unley had a seizure on the ground. So hopefully he's in a better place now, and it's sad when you hear about that about footy.
Yeah, and that's why we don't worry about who was in front or otherwise. That'll be sorted out in due course. I'm sure there's rules and protocols for that. I'm not sure if that was the highlights package. I'm not quite sure how that one got on there, except it was showing a little bit of the yes, of course, because for the afters.
Well, it was a game that had a bit of tension in it, and it spilled over a couple of times to the point of aggression. Nothing too untoward, but just demonstrated the significance of this game for both sides, and they played on the edge, and it was an enjoyable game to watch. It was an enjoyable game to call, and for the folks at home, well, I hope you've enjoyed our call.
I loved it on the boundary today. The spectators were right in it right from the start, and like you said, Jack, it was a pretty good standard, and there was a lot on the line for both teams. So well done to you and Phil on another great call, and we got next week now.
How did big Bob Miles go at half time, Lambo?
I was very happy with Bob at half time. You talked about somebody who's been at the club for 30 years and who loves working behind the bar and interacting. He's got a lot of passion and loyalty, and without the volunteers of any club, Phil and Jack, you got no club, mate.
Well, Bob must have been happy because he came to me about 3 minutes ago and said, make sure you come up so I can shout you all the drink when you finish.
That's what we love about the Adelaide Uni Footy Club.
We do, and Bob said that's only one round too, and I thought, we're only here for a while, but no, that's love. That's love of the game.
Alrighty, let's have a look. As you can see, the players slowly making their way. Long trip for the Gully boys back home, but they'll be home in a fortnight against Prince Alfred.
I'll be home on a
Let's have a look at the final Dartfish stats. And Jacko, there's a stat right there.
Please don't be angry. Oh, what have we got, Phil? Inside 50s. Have a look at that. Adelaide Uni 20-6 in the last quarter. Teacher Gully just held on, didn't they?
So over the course, a few minutes, Jack.
We'll have a look at it over the course of the game, mate. 52 to Uni, to Teacher Gully 38. Tells the story. It was exactly what we said, was they didn't have a key forward like Teacher Gully did. Yeah. Tyler West played for Adelaide Uni today. Adelaide Uni win.
Comfortably too.
Or Peter Personos.
Or Peter Personos, correct. So if you were Benny Watkins, you'd be going to see those two boys after the game and offering them whatever they want for next season.
And look, pretty gutsy with Nick Langridge out for the whole final quarter, and then Cunningham out, their captain, for a fair chunk of that final quarter. That actually Uni got better without him. That's a pretty good sign for the spirit of the team.
They all lifted.
Some individual stats.
The work shape.
We mentioned Isaac Hewson with 29 for the game. Matty Stent had 18. Nick Langridge had 19 before he came off. Matty Langridge had 8 in the last quarter when he took over from Nick on the stats, and Damien Cunningham had 15 disposals in 3 quarters.
Did Marini would have had double figures, I think, Jack?
We didn't count Ryan Marini's stats today, Craig. No.
The only difference between Ryan saying he's a good player to be a very, very good player, if you notice at the beginning of the game, when Adelaide Uni went forward in the first quarter, he missed 2 goals from about 30 to 25 metres, so very, very good players will convert that. He's a good player.
And then got the hard one near the end.
Yeah, well...
Maybe when the pressure was off a bit.
Yeah, I know, but, he's a leader, and sometimes you've got to stand out a little bit more when the pressure's on too.
Yeah, well, I reckon Bob's drink offer might have an expiry time on it, so it might be a chance to wrap it up. Just want to thank our filming footy crew, the ones you don't see on camera. Bodie, our producer. We got Joe, we got Jono on the cameras. Lockie with all the Dartfish stats. Lambo, thank you. He had a bit of work to do today. Injuries, bit of push and shove. Well, I think Lakeside view.
You're not going to see Sean and I next week, Phil, so hopefully you're going to be okay without us, mate. But if you want to, talk to us on all that during the game next week, we might be able to do a Zoom meeting. We'll see how we go.
5 Reds in.
Well, you get to do what I had to do a couple of weeks ago, and I can tell you, it's tough watching this when you're not part of it. Jacko, look, all the best with your lad, and thank you for being a soldier and professional and being here and calling a pretty good game.
No worries, Phil. Good luck next week without us.
Alrighty, that's it. So, final score on the Sports Interactive scoreboard as we thank all our sponsors, Dartfish, we thank Moseley Bar and Kitchen, Archie's Sandals, catch.com.au. They are great supporters. We'll be at Prince Alfred Old Collegians next week to play the Goody Saints, and don't forget the community stream as well. That's it. Victory in the end by 11 points to Tea Tree Gully. You've been watching the Adelaide Footy League. Thanks. Tough filming footy.